And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crimson Head Elder TV podcast, introducing our very special guest, watching a playthrough, lady with the baby, watching a playthrough for the very first time of the game she so wonderfully stars in. We are delighted and honored to have with us tonight actor for Mia Winters, Katie O'Hagan. Come on.
Hey guys. Super excited for this.
My name is Joe White, the actor for Chris Redfield in Resident Evil Remake, and your host for tonight. Joining me in the Crimson Head Mansion, as always, is the Oracle Dragon.
Hello, everyone.
Mr. George Trevor, the architect.
Hi, very excited. Thank you, everyone who got us to this point. Thank you, Katie, so much.
And our superhero streamer for tonight, Batgirl.
Hi guys.
We're all here. Katie,
Our hero.
Hagen, thank you so much for joining us tonight as we celebrate and showcase your emotionally charged performance in Resident Evil Village here with all of your fans. This is really quite special for us, and thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, of course. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. I think you were one of the first podcasters and groups that I ever chatted with RE7. So it's kind of full circle that I get to have this experience with Crimson Head. So I'm pumped. Very excited.
We are
I'm
very
almost
honored.
tearing up here. Thank you, Katie. That's so kind. Thank you. Thank you
You have
so
to
much.
wait to tear up until later in the game.
Oh,
so.
crikey, yeah. Well, yeah, as Joe says, we've got Batgirl streaming for us. Thank you so much, Batgirl, for being here with us and for
Thank you.
agreeing to take Katie and us all safely through the village. We'll let you start when you're ready. And what we thought we might do, guys, in the chat, please let us know if the sound issues are all okay, if the volumes are fine. And what we'll do is we'll showcase and keep very quiet when, of course, when Katie is performing for the Mia Winters cutscenes, and we'll just get the cutscene volume down very, very low during the other scenes. If that is still too high, let us know, and we'll turn the sound off completely for those cutscenes. Thanks, guys. Over to you, Batgirl and Katie.
Everything's quiet. Is it quiet?
I can't promise how quiet I'll be while you're streaming.
That's okay.
Okay.
There might be some yelps and some screams. We'll see.
We're hoping for. We get paid by the screen.
Up everyone's volume here because I didn't.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up completely crazy, but it's a bit quiet. Let me. Yep.
Do we want to do we want to start with some questions for Katie? Are you ready to answer some of the queries?
Definitely.
Out there in the universe, everybody wants to know. Listen, when you got the part, what was the first thing that crossed your mind when you realized that you would have to do two completely different personalities in one character? How did you come at that?
It originally started as just an audition for Possessed Mia. So the initial call, the initial audition was just all crazy, zombie, possessed, all those different vibes to it. And they told me this character goes back and forth, but they were thinking about casting two actors for it. So one possessed, one normal. And when I heard that, I was kind of bummed because I was like, oh, give me the chance. Like, I can do both. And then I think a day later, they called me back in for a callback to see if I could do a more normal version. So once that happened, I'd say maybe 2 days later, I got offered the job, and I was just excited. I love doing this kind of stuff. I started acting on the stage in theater, and I love doing characters that were so over the top and crazy, and then super, like, it's a dream, I feel like, for an actor to be given something where they get to do such extremes. So for me, it was kind of the perfect job for my mental state.
Because that's something that
One of the
actually.
great things about voiceover is that you get to do stuff that's so completely outside of what you would get to do normally.
Oh yeah. I mean, you get to be a soldier, you get to be a unicorn, you get to be like anything you can dream of.
Yes,
you can do it. It's just kind of amazing.
I just saw Matt RPD, streamer from the UK. Thanks for joining us, Matt. Matt mentions, I think, one of the first scenes that really introduced us to that side of Mia, Katie. And we'll keep very much the questions and the focus on Resident Evil 8 on Village, but just because it was such an iconic performance in 7, talking about that famous crawl up the stairs that you did.
That was a lot of fun. And that we did it a couple of different ways on set. I had actual stairs that I used for a couple takes. They had me just crawling around on the ground in the space for some of the takes. So we definitely got to do it a couple of different ways, and then ultimately to see how it turned out in the game was just like what I pictured in my head was exactly what I saw. So that was really cool that it looked that way and sounded that way. And then when I finally got to play and I got to that scene, I scared the crap out of myself. I was not expecting, like, I remember shooting it. I remember how the scene goes. I knew it was coming. It still terrified me when she crawls upstairs, then it goes black and you're like, what just happened? And then she pops up in your face and just goes crazy. I've never screamed so much before. So
I dated girls like that in college, but you know, it was a long time ago. It was the 80s.
Well,
exactly.
Everybody was weird.
Just one last thing, and I think that, and then Batgirl's ready to start. I just wanted to quickly ask Katie, that interested me, for someone that did play, you know, both protagonist and antagonist, that for some of the actors for the cast of Resident Evil Castle, once you had secured the roles that you were playing, that there was an opportunity perhaps to audition for another role in Resident Evil Castle.
Resident Evil Village?
Resident Evil Village. I got Castle Dimitrescu all over my mind. Yes, in Village. So
I think everybody does. Everybody does. We love
well,
those
also,
ladies. We love
my mind is so focused on making sure I spell your name correctly on the poster and getting the times right. Yeah, just also make sure you get the name of the video game right. But yeah, that you did have an opportunity to audition for other roles.
Yeah, they did open that up to different people. So, you know, I had known I'd be coming back as Mia, but then they did reach out and offered me the chance to audition for the daughters and also for Rose. So that was kind of cool to be able to do that, just to have the opportunity. I totally get why it didn't go that route, because within one game, I feel like I have a kind of distinct voice. And Mia definitely comes out a lot. So when I auditioned, you know, I feel like you could hear Mia in it, and so I don't think they wanted that. You know, you want to have these different characters. You want to know that, you know, all these people are doing these different things. So I appreciated being able to audition, because motion capture auditions are always fun. But I was just happy again that I survived. So
yes, wonderful. Right, well, talking of your survival, Batgirl, shall we head over and we'll all keep rather quiet to showcase Casey's performance in his first opening scene. Are you ready, Batgirl?
Yep, let's go.
Okay, ready, guys? Right, hold on to your seat. Here we go.
Let's do it. So exciting.
I'm so nervous.
Long ago,
I'm having so much
a young
fun
girl
playing
went
this
with her
game right
mother
now.
to pick
And
berries
don't
for her
worry,
father,
Katie, we've got lots of
who was
questions
hard at
waiting
work.
on the other end
But
of
the
this
forest
scene.
greeted them with a dark, cold
No
silence.
problem.
The bushes.
I want this book so bad. If I had
Yet
children,
determined
I
to
would read
find
this
the
to them
berries,
every night.
The rascal broke free from Mother's grasp and vanished into the trees.
And vanished into
Mother's
the trees.
worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine and under branch, and into the forest deep. Feeling strange eyes upon her, the girl recalled Mother's scary bedtime tales, and her throat became bone dry. Then the Bat Lord appeared. He greeted her warmly and bit his own wing. "Come, child, quench your thirst," he said. So she drank the thick, dark blood and smiled with joy. Passing through the graveyard, menacing storm clouds loomed, and the air turned bitingly cold. The girl was shivering in her thin clothes. Then a dark weaver appeared, and with a click of his fingers crafted mist into a beautiful dress. "Come, child,
Did we jump off the
warm
tracks?
yourself,"
What
he
happened?
coaxed. So she clothed herself
So
and
pretty.
smiled with joy.
Oh.
Across waters deep and ominous she
Batgirl,
went,
can you up the game
hoping a
audio?
boat she found would carry her home. But hunger's grip tightened and her heart grew heavy. Then the Fish King appeared and offered one of his many
creepy.
fins. "Come, child, eat your fill." So the girl ate and smiled with joy once more. Continuing on, she soon entered the forest's dark heart. Then an iron steed
It
appeared,
just looks like a Tim
bearing a
Burton cartoon.
beautiful
I love it.
golden gear.
Yeah, absolutely.
The creature said nothing as the girl approached and snatched what she thought was another gift. The horse grew angry and summoned the other monsters. Terror filled the girl's heart as the wild wind rose around the beasts. Suddenly, a witch appeared, dark, yet regal. Gifts we gave, but more you took, she snarled. So more in turn is due. In a blink, the girl was trapped inside a mirror. There. She's asleep.
What is with the creepy story? She's only 6 months old.
Woman at the store said it was traditional. A local tale.
A local tale.
Besides, Rose doesn't seem to mind.
Because she doesn't understand it.
Oh,
Thank
happy
God.
family finally.
You moved here so that she wouldn't have to deal with any
Well,
of that, remember?
For how
There's
long?
nothing wrong with my memory.
Exactly.
You're just being paranoid.
It's not... Never mind. I'm sorry. But I'm not paranoid. I'm just cautious.
Then,
Ooh, oh
go
dear.
cautiously take your daughter to bed. I'll finish dinner.
Aww.
Someone's already said Mia
She's
scares
so
me
happy.
It's okay, Rose. Your mother doesn't want to...
already.
Yeah, she does snap
One of
right
the
there.
things- One of the things that bothers me is why is there so much wine in the house?
Did you say something?
Nothing. I'll put her down.
That's how my house looks. I don't know about you.
I mean, newborn. Come on, man.
Okay, unpopular opinion. I'm just going to get this right out of the way now, and then you can all shout
like I
at
said
me.
to your mom.
Katie, because I know
It's
quite
great for you.
rightly so, you're a huge supporter of Ethan and, of course, Todd's fantastic performance. Bearing in mind, you once answered a question to us, and the answer you gave
Mom
was
and I
that
love
you
this song
you'd
so
use a
much.
hockey stick in I think in the zombie apocalypse. I wouldn't be saying this if I was in front of you with your hockey stick now. I'm safely thousands of miles away. I'm sorry. I
there,
think
honey.
Ethan can take a little bit of responsibility. Mia, and I'm talking my Mia from Resident Evil 7, would not be seen dead in that grandmother's. I don't know what is she even wearing, but no, I'm sorry. The fact that you
It's
talk
a
like
grandma sweater.
yeah, I mean, you talk about a man that sort of an inconsiderate man that doesn't notice his wife's had like a haircut or like a new hairstyle or new dress or something. And I mean, I don't know that Ethan can't even notice that Mia looks, I don't know, rather different to 7. And also that sweater, gee, wow.
Let's just make Ethan.
But
play
you
with the
have
baby.
to also remember that. Oh, she's so cute. Come on, who doesn't love Rosemary? So happy and cute.
Can't keep your
You have to
mother
remember though, in
She's scared,
7,
she's angry.
Mia was missing and in prison for 3 years, so she was
Yes.
scrawny
Go,
and
sweetheart.
dirty and grimy and all
Don't
that
you worry.
stuff. Now
I'll be
it's
right
been
downstairs.
3 years since then.
Daddy won't let those
They've
big fairy
obviously
tale
gone to
monsters get
couples
you.
therapy and worked on their marriage, and now they have a kid together. So she's gonna look different. I know if
Yeah,
I wanted to
absolutely.
get off that yucky cast, I would get a haircut. I think that's the first thing women do when they want to like wipe something off. They're like, I need a haircut. I need a new look. So
Yeah,
she
I mean, you
went with
did
a
look.
haircut and comfy, really comfy sweaters.
No, you're right. Mia did look very grimy when we first met her in that cell at the beginning of 7. So yeah, I can see that.
I mean, she put on some meat finally. She looked like she hadn't been fed in a while in 7. So now she looks like a healthy mom to a newborn. I actually think she looks great for having a newborn.
Oh, quite. Yeah,
talking
absolutely.
mom.
Well, I mean, she's got the added bonus of having like a CGI modeler, keeping her that thin. But yeah.
It's very true. Very true. Oh, now you're getting
Is
the
she okay?
infamous
Sleeping
line.
like a baby.
Yeah, come on. I mean, I don't know if it's
Oh, hands off, mister.
rather mean to ask you this. How many
It's
takes?
pure de
I'm sure you did it on the first
Local
take, didn't you?
recipe.
Wow, you've gone full native, haven't you?
You do a few, but
Local
I could
wine,
never
too.
get the name of this
But if you're gonna
dish
keep
down
sulking all
correctly, so
evening,
we had to do quite a
maybe you
few
shouldn't
takes
have any.
of it.
And I actually had to Google it
Wine.
to make sure it was a real dish, and of course it is.
It's
Yeah.
just Finding you in
It
Louisiana.
is, but it is. I mean, I googled
us here.
to see
Military training, it all happens
how
so
you
fast.
say it,
you know?
and I still
At
managed
least
to say
we're
it
all
wrong.
together.
Ooh, here we go. Here's the good stuff.
Now, everything's
No,
gonna
Seriously,
everything's going
think
to
we can
be-
just forget about what happened in Louisiana?
It happened so long ago. I don't understand why
And
you
this was
are
the
so...
first scene that you filmed, wasn't it? I believe.
Yeah.
Mia!
What
Get
human
down.
reacts like that to getting shot? Can I just ask that? Because
Mia!
pretty
But
sure
I
no
think
one just
that-
like, ow. Like,
But interestingly, there are little clues, aren't there? I mean, spoiler alert, we find out that maybe things aren't quite what they are. And
it's
First thing that
reasonable.
crossed my
Things
mind
aren't
seeing that
perfect.
scene, the first thing that came across my mind when I saw that scene, I was thinking, Ethan, why don't you grab her and pull her down instead of just like, Mia! Oh no! I'll just let you get shot.
Chris?
He was a
What
little
the hell?
stunned.
Sorry.
Chris is supposed to be his buddy. See, I blame Chris.
Well,
all this.
Chris could have told him.
Chris could have helped out a little bit here instead of let me come in and just shoot up your wife. Like, who
where's
does
the
that?
communication?
Come on. Exactly.
Yeah, they don't ask me those kinds of questions anymore. So
All clear.
Yes, yes. He's...
What the hell are you doing with my dog?
And we have him here tonight, Chris Redfield. Why did you
away.
shoot
Yeah.
Katie?
Get your hands off her! Ethan,
Why do you do these things? It's just mean. Ethan, no.
I'm a company man.
Like, he doesn't even tell him what's really going on. Let me take your daughter. I'm just gonna tell you no, like a dog, and then have somebody knock you over the head. Like, it's kind of a douchey move, I gotta
It really
say.
is.
Come on, Chris. Come on. Not cool.
He's got to get it together.
Not cool at all. Poor Ethan, man. He really gets
Yeah.
wrung
And
out
Todd as
in these
well,
two
because
games.
just from the mocap point of view, he's being dragged by his feet, I imagine, by those two gentlemen there. He gets strung up. I mean, I know, yeah. He gets strung up. I had to choose my words very carefully. He gets strung up by the, the banshee vampire ladies, the daughters. So,
Yes.
That was the doc. She'll see us next week.
and everything that you did to him in 7 as well, Katie.
Hey now. Think
See,
positively.
here's a little bit
alright?
more calm.
We talked about this.
I know. We hardly talk about anything else. I
It's like the
keep
first time you
telling
see,
it's
like,
not Rose that
something
I'm worried
real.
about.
Well, then what are you worried about? Look, she's gonna be fine. I just know it. What else matters?
We matter, Ethan. You matter. You just
Mia, what are you talking about? Is there something you're not telling me? Come on, talk to me. Damn it. I have to take this.
I'll take things you don't want to tell your wife for $5. And then-
Oh, it's like she just wants to tell you everything.
I mean, Murphy856 asked a good question, Katie. I think I know the answer myself, but as fans, we all may have different take on that. Is whether you felt that was Mother Miranda in that scene, or whether that was, the real Mia.
That was real Mia. That was definitely real Mia, because
What are you
the
talking
difference is in that opening
Chris
take,
Redfield?
like that opening
Rose.
scene with Mia, she sounds off, and the things she says don't feel as loving as just
Fuck.
matter of fact in that opening scene. Whereas that second flashback, you
What
you
the
feel
hell happened
something
to you?
when she says it, so you know it's really her. Like, you know it's Mia.
I'm hoping our audio is
Maybe that's just
okay,
like-
Batgirl.
I lowered the game now.
Oh, well
since
done.
the
Thank you, thank
scene
you.
Was ending. Do we want to
Thanks.
get to the first
Yes.
enemy? And then
Yeah,
jump
shall
into
we-
Castle D?
Yeah, sounds great to me. And because Katie, I heard you say before, I think that as an actor, it was particularly sort of fulfilling for you to be able to kind of play these greater emotional, sort of emotional sides to Mia.
Very much so. When they asked me to come back, I didn't know in what, vein Mia would play, what world. So when they brought it back saying I was a mother and there'd be a child, and I was like, ooh, that's a different side. And then when I got the first script, it was, wow, like this is such a different side of Mia. And I was very excited to do it just to show people that she's real. Like she actually isn't a horrible person. Like she cares about Ethan. She cares about Rush, she cares about her family. And I think that you get that in this game more than you would ever have gotten in 7. So
One of the things that
I got lost.
I find becoming more and more important in these games is an emotional attachment to the characters, and I would like to comment on how wonderful the environments look in this. A lot of people don't appreciate how difficult it is to do snow in a 3D environment, and they've really pulled it off. You really get that feeling of if you've ever been in a snowy field like this, there's a muting to the sound, and that crunch, that unmistakable crunch of the snow between your toes. the sand between your toes. No, the snow under your boots.
I hope not between your toes. That would be cold.
That would be very cold.
I'm from Chicago. You do not go outside in the snow barefoot.
No, not for very long. Yeah, you might step outside to get the paper. This is really wonderful.
Even then,
the fact that they've
I'm
got
gonna put boots on.
They've really enhanced the claustrophobia of this shot by cutting the light off, by having the light have such a steep fall off. That just enhances that terrible feeling of I cannot see far enough ahead of me to really know what's going on. I've just got this little tiny area of light to look through. It's wonderful. Really
well, not
well
only
played.
that, it gives you that feeling of, if anybody's ever been camping and they just happen, like the closest flashlight is the crappiest one, but hey, it's there, so you got to use it. Like, and you just have that light that you're like, please work. Like it works a little bit. So
2 foot radius.
The feeling I get.
It's got the lumen power of a single candle.
Well, the thing that I love about this kind of technique, Katie, is that we get to have these expanded modern games that bring Resident Evil to just a wider audience. But at the same time, we still kind of have that claustrophobia that the older classic games are kind of so associated with. So it's kind of a great mix of getting that atmosphere, but just having a kind of a more modern game with, like a bigger environment to explore.
Yeah. What just happened? What is going on? There's lots. What is happening?
There was a cameo from Code Veronica star. The rat.
Oh, I think the rat scare you there.
The rat.
The rat.
Oh, how are you? If those rats are scaring you, I think you're in for a bit more.
No, I'm just saying it's a cameo from our buddy from Code Veronica.
Oh yes, B.I.G.
I love how do you guys find this when I watch games or if I play them? Like I can't help but move. So like as I'm watching this, I'm seeing things in the way and I'm ducking down, thinking it's gonna change my view.
VR goggles on, you'd be all over the place.
This is.
Oh my god! I started 7 in that, and I had friends trying to keep me in place because I kept just twirling and
I got
moving way too much.
In VR,
that must be very surreal.
And I was like, nope, I'm done. I got to the Mia crawl, and I was like, nope, I'm done.
Oh,
That's what I got to. And I threw my remote control and I fell down screaming, and then I was done for the day.
Look at that.
Is that the castle?
Beautiful.
Yep.
Oh, it's
that's
gorgeous.
the castle from afar.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Oh, that is so cool.
Really well done. I saw that castle and I was like, I
beautiful.
want to go there. I want to run through that castle. I want to see all the stuff inside. Can't wait.
Yeah. Oh no. Lots of blood and death.
Well, we're back to
Ethan,
Van Nuys.
Why are you?
Maybe they're out.
So, Katie, another question we have for you. What was your favorite character other than Mia in Resident Evil Village, and why? Would you have liked to have voiced that character, perhaps, but if not, which other character would interest you to play? I don't know if it's a bit mean to ask this bit. And which character would you least like to voice from the game?
Oh, that's so hard. If given the chance, I think, oh gosh. So I really, really love Lady D because she reminds me of the evil Snow Queen from Snow White. And so I definitely have like a connection with that from my Disney days. So the idea of, you know, trying to give that regal, sassy but strong voice, like I think Maggie did an incredible job. Like,
Yes, he did.
so iconic. But yeah, that would have been a cool one to play with. Again, I probably just would have turned it into the evil Snow Queen, so it wouldn't have totally worked. So I'm glad it is what it is. But just like to get on set and get to wear like heels in my motion capture suit and a big hat, like that'd be so much fun. So I would say Lady D. That's a good one. And then least, gosh.
Yeah, you can pass on that.
Killed.
Oh yes, early on. Yes, good idea.
I'm like, I would say, you know, anybody who just gets killed off right away, I'd kind of be bummed to be them.
But see, that's your survival
Which I
instinct.
thought I was.
Oh yes. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
It's true. But when I first got, oh, at least he has a knife. Okay. When I first got this script, or the first scene we were shooting, oh!
Who sent you?
That person is a terrible shot. He was so close. They should have been able to like blow him away.
What's going on?
Should have had him.
Oh no.
Looks like me.
Honestly, the Lycans are the characters I wish I could have played the most. Like if I got to
Wouldn't
do
that have been a
something else.
blast? Oh my gosh.
Because am I right to
Be
think that
a
Neil
Lycan?
Newborn's did Neil Newborn do some mocap for those?
No, why would I?
Neil Newborn and Andy, who was Donna.
Oh, and
They
Andy as
both,
well.
I
Okay.
believe, and I think a few other people did, but I know the two of them because Andy she does a lot of creature performance for motion capture. She's awesome. So they got to do some Lycan stuff, and I was never on set during that time, so I never got the chance.
Oh, but you'd be fantastic. I mean, you know, we saw the way that you threw yourself into the role, and literally threw yourself out the wall in Resident Evil 7, nearly knocking yourself
I'm
out.
trying to listen, but I just saw a man get pulled up through a ceiling. What just happened?
I know, sorry. You by all means tell us to shut up, you know, so you can just watch the game as well.
I can do both, I promise, but if my face goes crazy, it's because I'm like, what just happened?
Oh
There's
dear.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, there's lots of dead bodies. Oh no.
It's like Bhopal Indy, 84.
Did he just like fall into this crawl space or something?
He got pulled down.
Yeah.
He got pulled down. Oh gosh.
Now, looking at all these sort of faces, Katie, we have a question we've had before asking, how did you become interested and then so adept at SFX makeup? I know that's an interest of yours.
Yeah, I always loved special effects makeup. I came from a big Halloween family, so like the time of year that was. Ah! No! Oh, his poor finger. Well, now I know finally how he lost those. Ah! Capcom just gets right into it, don't they?
Yeah, no beating around the bush. Yeah.
No. Wow.
But it's almost like worse than these kind of huge injuries that are almost hard to kind of connect with. That almost, you can really feel the pain. Do you see what I mean? It's almost.
Yeah. Oh, get him! Get him! Come on!
Go on, Batgirl.
I think I'm better off.
You got this.
fighting-
You got this.
Oh, a bad shot, man. Is he about to-
It's hard to get those headshots in when they move
I was gonna.
erratically as they do.
Oh, this is unforgiving.
You even
That's-
kill those things?
That's messed up because I guarded. Come on, man.
The first one, the first kill is
No,
more
this
difficult.
first guy is quite difficult. Yeah, they are. They're super creepy, as we're being told in the chat, and very hard.
Nicely done.
There we go.
I will.
Just give him a few more just in case. Just a stab. There you go.
Make sure he's dead.
It's like every horror movie where they're like, "Oh, I think he's dead. Let me leave." No, shoot him a couple more times,
Double
then
tap.
leave.
Always double tap.
I swear, every single voice actor we've interviewed has been wonderful. But if I was forced to choose which one would I want to be with me during a zombie apocalypse, I mean, just so many of the answers that you give, and I almost worryingly that you're so prepared for it, Katie.
Hey, you should always be prepared. Be prepared for anything. You don't know what this world. Didn't know COVID was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Got through it. Like, you gotta be prepared. So back
Oh.
to our SFX makeup.
Yes. Oh yes. Yes.
So yeah.
Do we want to jump,
Anybody out there,
straight into Castle
mind
D? Or
Sorry, Batgirl. We interrupted you. Sorry, Katie. You were saying sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, yeah, so Halloween, just from doing makeup and costumes, it started there, and it started growing a little bit more in my interest. I started watching the show Face Off, which was about special effects makeup that ran on for many seasons, which got me more interested, so I started just going online and learning stuff. And there's a there's a makeup store close to my house, so I started going there and talking to them and getting play and just teaching myself, really. I'm kind of low still on the proficiency level, but I love doing it. So Halloween is always my big time of year when I get to have fun.
And we'll put the link in the chat, Katie. I think because you have a Facebook artist page, don't you? Like a fan page, and I think there's some great shots
Yeah,
of that. I think
Facebook,
one of yours is on.
Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them. So.
I've been
And
doing
they're all
that.
the same. It's all there you go, at KDOAX, all three things. And then I also have my Streamily page with all the fun stuff there. I'll be doing another live sign in 2 weeks. So.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, well, Oracle Dragon,
good
yes, has
stuff.
been busy dropping all those links in the chat. Thank you, Oracle. And Batgirl, that's a good idea. Katie, if you don't mind. Yes, thank you, Aaron. Of course, we want to very much showcase all your performance, and we know that there's a lot of that coming up towards the end, and we want, we want to just show you at the same time as much of the game as we can. Shall we jump? We've seen a bit of the village. Shall we jump ahead, Batgirl? Katie, shall we jump ahead to the castle now?
Yep.
Perfect.
Switch
I do have one question for you, Katie.
Yes.
From a longtime supporter, Rico Barris. He says, thank you for coming on to the stream. He also wants to know, do you remember the most funniest blooper moment you had while you were doing Mia's lines?
Gosh. I think anytime doing Crazy Mia for 7, because it was so strenuous on my voice. So that was always funny because there are times where you'd go to, and I'm sure many voice actors have had this, where you're ready for it, you go to do it, and like your voice cracks, or like you can't, like it just doesn't want to come out. So that's happened to me many times, especially with Crazy Mia, or where you just like you're flubbing, so you're literally in the booth, can't spit it out, so you kind of have to just be like, yeah, like okay, let's here we go again, like you just because you don't want to waste time, so you know you did it, you kind of reset and go on to the next. So yeah, that was always interesting, and then doing any of the effort noises was, I felt blooper-esque because, you know, I'm in a room by myself being told to make noises like I'm climbing a rope. And I'm going to be honest, I've never been able to climb a rope in real life.
Okay.
Like for me, climbing a rope is like that initial like, nope. That's all you get.
Yes.
So, and this was my first, RE7 was my first game, so I didn't even know what efforts meant. I didn't
Oh.
know motion capture stuff. Like I learned everything on
Wow,
the
that's a
fly
huge
with
thing,
7.
Kate. Yeah, I mean, quite a big jump from never having done a video game before to such a huge production, such a seminal video game. Huge, in terms of Seven going back to kind of some of the roots, and it was a really pivotal moment. Let's be frank. For the series at that time after, some quite, difficulties in terms of the narrative and things with Resident Evil 6. So, and to play both
Right.
antagonist and protagonist, and the mocap, wow.
I mean, it was a dream job. It's been a dream job for me. But yeah, I had to learn a lot on the fly, and a lot of it is fake it till you make it. So, everybody helps each other out. I had never done motion capture, so a lot of terms I didn't know. So that's what I think the best part of Village was, that I went in knowing stuff. Like I knew it was Resident Evil Village, so I wasn't clueless at the time. And then
Okay.
B, when they say, T pose, A pose, go to this marker, do this. Like I knew things this time. Okay, we're gonna do efforts. Okay, like it just all made more sense to me. So 8 was definitely a little bit more relaxed on my end because I understood what everyone was talking about. Whereas 7, it was like just taking in all the information and learning as I was.
Yeah. Now you're comfortable with it.
doing
Now you could be the
role, so.
the jaded,
Yeah.
experienced. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Let's do it.
It's like jaded, not even close. It's just like, okay, here we go.
Still starry-eyed. I
And
know.
sometimes when you're not in there for so long, like you get back on the stage and they tell you to do something, your mind kind of has to, oh yeah, I remember this. Like, so is this the castle now?
Yes.
Yes, here we are.
Yes,
Yes,
there she is.
and this is the outside courtyard. And
The hat, there it is. I love that.
And don't worry, before we move on to House Benevento, we'll make sure we get a good look at Lady D and her daughters. Don't worry,
Well,
Casey.
we're about to get a very close encounter with Lady D, I think. No. No.
And again, sorry
I like-
if in the chat if we're missing some of the questions. We'll keep. You've got myself, George Trevor, and Oracle Dragon. And of course Joe White. We're going through all of them, and just thank you so much for the sentiment, Katie. We're just having so many people saying things like the Resident Evil community is blessed to have you with us. People asking if the model shoots that you do, the like the themed shoots, whether you kind of do those for fun or whether you kind of do modeling professionally. And whether oh, go on, sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I have done some modeling for stuff in the past. I don't do it that often, so a lot of the modeling shoots that you'll see me posting are usually, it's usually kind of for content, and you work with other photographers. So you can help them build their brand, and you can also build yours. So a lot of the modeling shoots, I work with photographer friends and other photographers who are trying to grow, and we get to have fun. We hit each other up with Pinterest, and it's like, here's an idea I have. You want to do a shoot like this? All right, next Friday. So that's what's really nice with LA is they have a lot of things pre-COVID where literally it'd be like every Saturday, meet up at this park, all these photographers, all these models, and you just kind of go and you shoot and you have fun.
Amazing.
And then you get pictures to put up. They have pictures. So it's a nice little trade-off. Yeah, but I have done a
Yes.
few things here and there. That was an actual job.
Yeah, I mean that must be the wonderful thing that you just get to have so much fun with the other actors on set, and I've heard I
Oh,
think
it's amazing.
Sarah Coates and Jolene Anderson have talked about it, literally just almost like just running around like kids,
Yeah.
having war games.
It,
What the hell?
it very much so is. That's why I was a little sad that I missed out with this game on really getting to do stuff with a lot of the actors. Like in 7, I really got to do stuff at some point with everybody.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, I really don't. I only had a few. and it was still great, but I was very jealous of like everyone in the I think it's like the church scene where it's like everyone
Oh yes.
complaining
Yes.
to Mother Miranda type thing. So
Yeah.
that infamous scene, like when I saw clips of that and I saw backstage pictures of all of them hanging out, I gotta admit, I was a little jealous. A little bit. I definitely wish I could have been there that day. Oh, what is that? Are we getting more
That is one of the
lichens?
females that
Or
Lady D
I
experimented
love
on.
this section of the game. I mean, just kind of almost reminds me of Hammer House of Horror with the zombies rising up through the ground. Love this with the knee deep in blood. I'll hand over to Oracle
so
Dragon
this
and
is
Joe
all
White.
blood?
Yeah.
Ew.
That's
I
the,
did not realize that. I
blood
was about to
modeling.
say, I was like, Aaron, it's like flooding in your place. That's never good.
Well, talking of blood, before I quickly hand
Yes.
over to the other guys, I have a question from Bloody Eye, Katie. First, I wanted to say I loved your performance in Village. It was very wholesome. Nice to see another, because I know you've talked about this, Katie. Nice to see another side of Mia. Question, which version of Mia did you enjoy capturing the most? The crazed mad woman in Seven or the loving mother in Village?
I have been asked that before, and it's so hard to choose because, of course, it is so much fun to play crazy. But there was something so rewarding in playing this emotional Mia in this game. There was something really that just kind of like hit me where I was like, it just gave me just so many more feels. So as much as I like being the crazy one, I loved being this family oriented, fighting for her family type Mia. So
Yeah.
it's too hard to choose. I can't do it.
Well, it's wonderful because we as fans have often bemoaned the fact that we get these fantastic characters played by wonderful actors that, you know, and unfortunately we may have had this with Maggie and Lady D that we see them in just one game and never again. So, you know, I remember when we interviewed you for Seven and just thinking, you know, yourself and Sarah Coates, we're not going to see these characters again. So fantastic. Sarah got to play a different character. I think Louisa, I believe, is it Louisa?
Yep.
Sarah played, yes, in
Yep.
this. And of course you come back as Mia as well. So
No,
fantastic.
that was very exciting. Yeah, and same with Paula coming back. That was really cool. Seeing Todd again was amazing.
Yes.
I think I was more excited that Ethan gets to do more and be more of a person in this game.
Yes.
I really liked that you get a better feel for Ethan in this game. So I was really excited about that.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I've heard you talk about, you know, understanding the purpose of the character to begin with. You know, I've heard you defend some of the minor criticism within sort of section of the community from Seven that they just felt that Ethan was almost a placeholder, but missing the point that was why, you know, Capcom wanted us. Yeah.
What it was supposed to be, yeah. And especially like now that I've played it in VR, it makes sense. Like if I was in VR, like playing this, you know, other person over here, I don't think I would have thrown the remote control and screamed at Mia when she attacked me. But they really make you think like you are this, you are the one doing all this. And it made so much sense in 7. So I love that since they weren't doing the VR for 8, that they gave Ethan more. They gave him more to do, more to work with within the character. And I just think Todd did a great job with it. And I was very happy he got to showcase a lot more in this game, which was really cool. Because, you know, everybody else, like, I don't think people out there understand how hard it is to basically be like the DP. I mean, he is the camera. Like, as an actor, like, he has to do all this acting, all this stuff, but he's also the camera. So it is so much harder, I think, than anyone can really imagine. Ooh, there she is. Smoke that cigarette, just. I love how she doesn't answer the phone right away. She's like, it can wait.
Mother Miranda, I
I've got one more question for you before I hand over to Oracle, Katie. But I'll wait for this scene to. I'll wait for this scene to play out.
Okay.
Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When
Because I almost feel I'm going to get in trouble with Lady D if I.
No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course.
She is kind of like a school marm.
Of the ceremony.
Like she will yell at you.
I
She
will
will throw a dictionary at you.
But she'll also try to just make you feel, you know, that's the
hell
worst
with the
part.
ceremony.
It's the scorn, really.
Man
She's so good
Pay
at it.
for what he's done.
So good. She gets just that, like, it's sensual but deep.
Yeah,
That voice, it's so good.
really.
And her
perfect.
voice itself, like the character is regal, but even the voice. Maggie was incredible. Like the voice that came out as this character was just so regal. I loved it. Ooh.
Can I just say thank you to everyone from England, from the United Kingdom that's tuning in, because it's it's 10 to midnight now.
It's late.
And Katie, you've been so kind to kind of recount some of your lines before, and I'm loath to sort of ask you to. I mean, they're such wonderful the way that you deliver them, and I know that you made some of the men on set have to change their trousers, you know, after some of these like. But so I mean, maybe a slight take on that. We've got Stars Tyrant in the stream all the way from England, and it's getting very late. I don't know. I don't want to put you on the spot, but maybe in your most psychotic Mia voice, you perhaps might want to tell Stars Tyrant to get to bed.
What's the name? Star what?
It's Stars Tyrant. It's Sean from England. Who his nerdy Resident Evil name is Stars Tyrant.
All right, I think we can work on something.
Go ahead, do your worst.
Sean, what are you doing still up? It's late. We have to go. We have to go to bed now. Good night.
Oh,
you,
you
Katie.
hear that? I'm crying.
I mean, fans, you know, in your interviews before, people have commented on it, and it's so true. It's incredible, you know, the sort of the consummate ease with which you do go from intense, you know, like I say, you know, people are throwing themselves out of windows to get away from you, you know, fearful, and just that. But really, just then, really, I mean, incredible talent, Katie. You just turn it on straight away, and we can hear the emotion. I actually felt for you in Stars then. Yeah, hope you like that, Sean.
Thanks.
So,
Good night, Sean.
So was that something you've been quite aware of at an early age, Katie, that you can literally go from you know, loving, caring to I'm going to kick you over that garden fence?
I mean, I did grow up with 4 brothers and a
there
sister,
it is.
so I think there was always that sense of, you know, turn it on, like fight. But also, I'm one of 6 kids, so how do you get the attention? So
Yeah.
I was one of the middle
Bingo.
kids. Of course, I
I
was
was
an
the youngest
actor.
of 4, same
Um,
thing.
So
Yep.
yeah, I always. There you go. It
Mhm.
just it makes sense. So yeah, I would always. I was always creating characters and doing things, and I loved theater, so that really fed in. And then, you know, as I got older, I loved babysitting and reading books because I like doing voices. And now I have all my nieces and nephews, and they give them the bedtime stories because they know they're going to get Aunt Katie's crazy voices with it. So.
Wonderful.
do we want to
Great.
show Katie
So
what
it's
happens to
just
Ethan's
fun.
hand in here?
Oh no, I think I know what's about to happen. Don't do it, Ethan! Don't pull it! No!
You'll be sliced.
Oh, not again. At least it wasn't me this time.
Yes, yeah, not guilty.
Okay. Oh boy.
Poor
You will
crap.
learn what it means to insult our
Oh shoot!
Ethan.
Hi. Where you
Don't
going?
die
Where
now,
you going?
Batgirl. We've got
Where you
to get to House Benevento.
Just run away from her, run away from her.
Go, Ethan. Go.
Oh, I love how he goes back for his goes back for the end. I believe in you, girl. You can get out of this.
I'm trying.
Come on.
I'm trying.
What happens if you leave that area without your hand? I guess you can't.
No, you
but-
can't. He grabs that automatically.
Oh God.
There we go.
Oh, okay. That's.
Bye.
I mean, it's good. Does he have some ice that he puts it in?
You'll see. You'll see what he does. You'll see what he
You need a
does.
lot of ice for that.
You'll see. There it is.
Just some black electrical tape. Just wrap it. Oh, yes. The magic
There
water.
you go.
Let
There
it
you
grow.
go.
Let it grow.
Miracle Grow. Wow.
I love that he knows. Oh, I got my magic water.
I'd love to see
Sprinkle
him
that
give
on.
someone.
I'm good.
I'd love to see him give someone a high five later in the game and just have his hand fall off.
Flop right.
That would be perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Why did that scare me?
Got that key.
Can I just give a shout out real quick to
Just
the
get
modelers and the environment people that worked on this, because this game, in my mind, is a masterclass in set
Oh
and
my
prop
God.
modeling and lighting.
Yeah.
The lighting is just so good. They did such a good
It
job on this.
sets the mood. It's
It's
so
absolutely
good.
setting the mood. It gives you all that ambient, gives you all the ambiance of these wonderful sets, and the texture painting is just—it's a masterclass. It really is. It's so beautiful. Major league props to
Definitely.
the folks that worked on this.
It just it.
You can smell
it
the paint.
makes
You can smell
feel
the
like
dust.
It's a real place.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, I think Alcatraz in the
So-
chat says, Joe, Ethan won't be punching any boulders like Chris, will he? After that injury.
I mean, he'll just become a lefty. You know?
Yes.
I think that's totally
Oh, I
fine.
never
Just
caught that.
become a lefty.
You know what's true? You secretly do have Ethan's hand.
Yes.
I do.
We've seen you with it.
Which brings up the question
do.
from a
know,
person
and I'm
in
like-
chat who says, "What's Todd like? How's he is to work? I love Ethan. By the way, I like his hand."
Yeah. I think everybody will. Everybody's always asking about Todd, and you know, we're all loving being a part of this game and getting to do all this stuff, but we're also all humans and have other jobs and life and everything.
bad
So
shot.
I give props, you know, to Todd for everything he's going to do and how he goes along with the jokes of, you know, when I told him I had a hand I brought out, that's him. He loved it. He thought it was great, and he was like, "So that's my stand-in." I'm like, "Well, for now,
Yeah.
that's all
yeah.
that's left." So.
Mia, what do you have left of Ethan?
like,
Oh, I got his hand.
Sorry, bud. Yeah. I also have, I do have a finger too. So
Okay.
the lichen apparently didn't eat it all. Yeah.
That's a,
No, all you
So
need is some
incredible.
sort of mold, and yeah, you can fashion it into your very own little Ethan.
Exactly. I can have like a little baby Ethan and just let it grow.
We're getting quite a few questions about 7 and 8 as well,
Yeah.
Katie. But particularly, obviously, people are quite interested to know about the other side of Mia that we've seen. We have a question that the way you portrayed Mia when she was under control of Evelyn was no doubt the most frightening and terrifying part of the game for most. Where and how did you get your influence for portraying Mia when she was in that state?
That's a character and thing I've always been really good at, which is this kind of zombie possessed thing. And I think, you know, just being in theater a lot, I always tried to play the quirkier characters or the characters that weren't just like the princess or the pretty girl. So I always wanted to do more. And so I liked playing like the crazy troll and, you know, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, like just weird stuff. So when I saw this casting call, I remember just thinking, oh, this is right up my alley. Because I love going into a place and they look at me and they automatically one thing
Oh,
and I
shit.
get to show them something else.
Oh,
I get to
shit.
prove to them that, you know, he's something else. So getting the possessed Luna was the easiest part for me. It was normal that
Oh,
we had
crap.
to work on. So
You mentioned
was
oh,
that an what?
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Oh no.
now these Katie, these are what happens to the maiden, because I think you get the men are portrayed as the Lycans, kind of the failed test subjects, and
Oh,
I
shit.
think because Aaron, you mentioned you kind of observed this on an early demo that these are all female these rays, aren't they?
Of course, that was the first thing we saw. I was like, you can tell they're female because if you look at a certain
Ooh.
angle, they got something on their chest.
You're like, okay, nice reaching. Ooh, which daughter is this?
Daniela, I think it is.
Yes.
Ah.
Stay by that lever.
And it was interesting hearing you talking about inspirations, Katie, because and I think you mentioned, you know, the Disney Witch, and I've kind of was thinking kind of Cruella de Vil, and also when I kind of first heard that crazy kind of psychotic laugh come from Mia in Seven, I almost heard in your voice, it kind of reminded me of the Wicked Witch of the West from
Yep.
yeah, from
Wizard of Oz.
yeah, absolutely.
It's so cold.
Yeah.
I
It
do
was
have a
fun
question
getting
from
to play
Goldheart.
around with that because oh yeah.
She wants to know, what was the very first game or anime you did as voicing?
This Resident Evil 7.
Ooh,
Mia.
Oh, no.
nice.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7, Mia Winters was my first ever voiceover, motion capture video game. It was a lot of firsts for me.
Because we were saying, weren't we? Just
I'm
how,
glad it worked out.
And you
Yeah,
did it
how-
perfectly.
well, just so
Oh,
challenging, like we were
thank you.
saying.
Yeah, talk about jumping into the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, definitely. And just learning with motion capture, I was so surprised at not only what all. Oh, she did. Ooh. Yeah, that's not. Oh, Lady
All the
D's gonna
chapstick
be
in the world isn't
mad
going
at
to solve
you.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
she is.
She
You're just
forgot
gonna
to
get
put
her
on her
angrier.
SPF. She really should have been on that. So incredible. Ooh.
Took
Dust
me the
to
longest time to
dust.
clear this room. There was one little thing that was hidden. I forget what it was, but I for the longest time the room just stayed pink, and I couldn't figure out what I was missing.
That happened to me. I'm trying to figure out what am I missing. I think it's one of the drawers.
Honestly, I
It's
think this is my
always, like,
favorite room in the
little-
castle.
Oh,
Because
really?
it kind of gives off the haunting ground vibes.
Yeah.
Yes. I just love the furniture.
Yeah, it's just that
I
gothic
just
atmosphere.
want fun furniture like that to do a shoot on.
I mean, I think, you know, we've got Joe with us, you know, who played Chris Redfield in Remake, and we have this like big so kind of like spooky mansion, Katie, in Joe's game. And I think, you know, we were all waiting, you know, with this next generation consoles to kind of just take that mansion onto a next level, which I really feel we've got with the castle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It definitely gives that vibe that they got that step up.
I would
'Cause you
love to
didn't really
see a
get-
PlayStation 5 level remake of the first game. You know, to take it into this.
Mhm.
It looks the HD remaster was good, but to take it to this level, I think would just be stunning. Maybe for the 30th anniversary, we can get Capcom to do
Hey,
that.
give them 5 years to work on it.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
You just want to go
Give
to
'em some
another.
time.
You just want to go to another release party, don't you, Joe?
There you
I
go.
want to redo. There's a few lines I'd like to redo. So, yeah, that's a good question. Is there anything that you, if going back, Katie,
Please.
would you? Is there anything that you would replace? Any lines or any situation that you would like to redo
Ooh.
if you had a chance
I
to do
I
it
think
again?
I don't. Nothing like jumps out in my mind. I think honestly one of the things, because I try not to like watch things over and over again because I'm like, I just want to enjoy. I got to do this, to be here. I don't want to go into it and pick everything apart. Like, the director liked it, Capcom liked it, you know, it fit the scene, it fit the mood, so
you have
I
to
kind
move
of
on. You can't live
liked
it right.
that aspect.
Yep.
Yeah, so I try not to really go back, but I'd have to say with 8, the only thing I would kind of redo was that first day of shooting where I did the, you know, Mia gets shot by Chris, because I did the motion capture for it, but every time I watch the behind the scenes, because that's the footage that's out right now that's behind the scenes, is that scene where I get shot and then I look around and I get shot a whole bunch and I'm flailing around. And every time I watch it, I'm like, I look like such a fool. It was very awkward to do. I would like to go back having a little more understanding of like what they wanted, you know, how it would be. Because it was just like, okay, you get hit 8 times before you fall on the ground. And then once you're on the ground, you're going to get hit 4 more times. So it was just me trying to be in the scene, trying to act, but in my head going like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, like trying to count to make sure I get hit the right amount of times.
That is not an easy thing to do.
No.
It really wasn't. So I would love to have the chance to redo that, but other than that, I mean, I'm happy with how
I mean, on that-
everything looked and turned out, and I'm really happy with this. Yeah, because it was so different than Mia from 7. So I was a little worried fans might be like, "Oh, that's not the same Mia," but they seem to appreciate this extension of her. You know, it's still her. It's just another side of her. So it was kind of nice.
You don't have
to
Evelyn
get to
in
do
you
that
anymore.
and that fans and exactly.
You know, you're not
Or
possessed
do
by that
I?
thing anymore, so you're able to be yourself.
Yeah.
Never
I just want to quickly.
know. It's Resident Evil.
Going back to that scene, Katie. Sean, Star's Tyrant. He's very brave. He didn't take your advice and go to bed. He's still up, and he was
He did
asking.
not take my advice. Oh my
No,
goodness.
no, but he's got a question for you. So he's made up for that. When you were shot to ribbons in the opening of Village, at that time, were you told that you weren't actually Mia, or did that reveal come to you later? He's curious. I'm sure we all are to know if if when you played that, did you play it as Mia's death?
So with that scene in particular, by the time we shot that stuff, I knew. But going into that day of filming, I did not know. I thought Mia was dying. I thought that this was it. Because I had missed the table read, where I would have found out the truth, but I was
she
at my
didn't even know you
sister's
had to do the
wedding.
further
Shout out to
lines as
my
well. Oh
baby
wow.
sister. Oh, I thought it was one and done. I thought I was just gonna have the scene and get killed by Chris, and that was it. And I was definitely bummed, but I was like, all right, well, they have in their head what they want for their story. I'm just sad I'm not going to be in it. And then that day on set, I was just chatting with Todd before we started shooting, and he was like, do you not know what really happens? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he filled me in. So
Wow.
I found out a little
But
late.
that's interesting. I wonder
But
if you've
before we
obviously.
started actually shooting, I found out.
Yeah. Oh, I was curious maybe if there was like that purposeful kind of direction, creatively to kind of leave you in the dark.
Was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think, because if I had gone to the table read, so that was just, me missing that day. But there was a bit because I had asked, do you want this played differently? Do you want this, we had talked about it, and the whole point is she is Mia. So they didn't want anything that was obviously different. Of course, they didn't want anything that was glaring. But when you go back and watch that scene, there's something off about it. There's something, the way she snaps at Ethan, just the way she says some lines here and there are just ever so slightly off or awkward. And then when the reveal comes later, it makes sense. But when all you know is what's right there, it's not such a big thing where you're like, oh, something's up. Like, I had a lot of people who really thought Mia was dead after that first trailer came out. So I was-
Come here now.
But I love that, like you say, there was kind of just those little sort of hints that there was something, because it jarred with me that, you know, because they do have this very close relationship, and you know, that's very much kind of a focus of you know, the emotion when we really feel the tragedy for Ethan, and obviously, of course, for Mia at the end when she, I mean, we'll come to this scene, I can't wait for it in a minute, when you're demanding to know from Chris, you know, where he is, but yeah, it's just oh, sorry, Batgirl, were you?
Expanded my services. Oh, good. I was just thinking of
Duke.
ways.
Oh no,
to
you're
fill
safe.
the
You're in a
time.
safe room. You're in a safe room.
I'm like, I love the Duke. Aaron,
This is all in
so
your
amazing. He's like
I'm
the
buying this because of
sweetest
our
man.
relationship,
Well, when he did that thing on Twitter that showed off his Lego Millennium Falcon, he got a lot of internet points in this household. I can tell you, my son particularly is a huge Lego Star Wars fan. Loved that. He desperately wants me to interview Aaron now just because of that Lego Millennium Falcon in his lounge.
Oh my god. He is so much fun. You will have a blast
Oh,
interviewing him.
But my son Jacob, he did
I
have
feel
a
like
question.
I should show off my toys. I have. Oh yeah.
Oh no, sorry, Katie, you were saying sorry.
Oh no, I was saying if he's showing off his Millennium Falcon, I have GI.
Okay. Yeah, no, my son Jacob, he did have a question for you, but he wanted to ask it before we came live, so we might wait to the end, or maybe see if I can persuade him to come on mic. He'll ask you.
Tell him to come on.
Shall we back up? Were we thinking of maybe moving on towards some of the scenes with Katie, the apparition? I think that's coming up towards House Beneviento. I think is it?
Well, where I am in House Beneviento is inside already. So, but there's a few flashbacks with her. I think, if I'm not mistaken,
Ooh.
within it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think.
Oh, well, oh,
Unless
fantastic.
you
Okay.
want me to play the clips that I have, because I have the clips queued up and ready to go. Or do we want to
I
wait
don't-
for the
Mum-
clips, like
Like-
maybe 30 minutes? 30 minutes.
Yeah, we could if we go there now and then let the clips play in like real time.
Or however you guys want.
Yeah.
We can jump to the clips like maybe in like 30, like, because I have queued up the ending sequence with Mia. Basically fake Mia in front of Ethan, then transforming,
Oh,
and
yes.
then the parts with Chris.
I think we definitely want to see House Beneviento, don't we? Or do we?
Do we want to see?
I think we
Okay.
kind of do.
All
Yeah.
right, then.
We also still have
Definitely
quite
wanna
a few
see-
questions.
All right, so
Yes. Bring the questions on.
let's go give
Okay.
Batgirl nightmares.
Transition time.
I should mute myself because I tend to curse way too much in that house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are going to have to mute themselves when we go into House Beneviento.
Really? Oh, I'm excited.
All right, so can I go back? No, I don't think I can. Yeah, I can.
In the meantime, we could ask some of the
There it
questions
goes.
we've been saving up.
Okay, over to you, Oracle.
Yeah.
Okay, which one should I go with?
There she is.
Do you want a question or do you want to do one of reading a line?
She's staring. She's
So
staring
I
at
know
Angie.
sorry, Oracle. It's so creepy right now.
Let's see.
Oh, so creepy. Oh no! Lights off are bad.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Is that
What?
Paula.
Angie?
Yes.
Yes. Wait, where's my gun?
How creepy.
She took my gun.
Where's your gun? It was in your hand. How do you lose that?
And it's amazing when you see Paula in real life. She's just yeah. You just cannot put Paula in real life. Match it with that voice, can you?
It's so great though. She's just. Oh, is he like? Let me take this hand off and keep it with me in case my hand gets
Ah,
again.
yeah, that's
I
yes.
don't
You
think-
should
why
have thought
can't-
that.
doesn't he take it off?
Been a bit like Frankenstein with kind of odd arms and legs, but I think having one female, one male hand, I think is much better than having no hands. Yeah.
Why can't I
Real,
take this
yeah.
off?
I mean, and it is the left one he keeps
Can he-
losing. So
Can I not take that off? I don't think so.
I guess.
We've been asked this question
Oh,
quite a few
harm?
times, Katie. Agony, and forgive me if that's not the right way to pronounce it. Do you think Mia is a bad wife for lying to Ethan about her job? I know that M. Greg as well. M. Greg, a big supporter of our channel, asked this as well. Yeah, Mia, is she a bad wife for lying to Ethan about her job and technically working on Evelyn, who kills Ethan technically?
I don't think she's a bad wife. I think she made bad choices, and I think she was very selfish in 7. But I do think that you see her learn her lesson. I think that you see by the end of 7 that she's realized what she's done, what she's been a part of, and how she can fix it by saving Ethan. So I think, I wouldn't say a bad wife, but I would say, you know, wrong choices, bad decisions, and she was human, had to correct some things that she did. So, and I think that's why in 8 she's so adamant on, you know, you like pushing. Oh, that's not a good picture. Sorry. Yeah, but I just think in 8, I think she's just so adamant on family and reminding Ethan that he's special and he's worth more than he puts on himself. I think that's what she kind of keeps trying to give. So, yeah. So creepy.
I know. I was just going to say, I didn't want to get too nerdy, Katie, but one of the things that was great about this game is that, you know, we were bemoaning before Resident Evil 7 was just the lack of puzzles. You know, it was such a kind of a signature feature of the game back in the classic era, and we tended to find that the puzzles kind of got a little bit easy. You know, weren't particularly cerebral, but yeah, we're definitely a fantastic step in the right direction with the puzzles in 8.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my favorite part of the games. And they did some good stuff. There's some really good stuff.
Joe, I like this because me and Joe, we're old enough to remember kind of the text-based games where they're very unforgiving, and if you don't type the right command, you know, into the screen in terms of, you know, whether you want to go left, right, or whatever, you know, you can get stuck. And I mean, Joe, like me, did you particularly enjoy this kind of room where you've got to, you know, run the ring under the water and all that sort of thing?
That's always my favorite part of these games. I'm a sucker for these little puzzles, and
it's so
you know,
creative.
the shoot 'em up stuff is fun, but the puzzles are really what draw me to it. It's that intellectual exercise of figuring out these wonderful treasure hunts. Really, is what they are. You're always looking for an object or getting a key or some piece of treasure. You know, it's really just, or how do you open a door? I love the fact that you have to use your brain. It's not just all brawn and, you know, running through killing stuff. You really have to be able to think critically in order to figure some of this stuff out. You know, I mean, it's like that. It's like that little scene in that room where you have to shoot the bells. How do you figure out that you have to first shoot out the window and then shoot the bell that's out in the courtyard? It took me, I don't know how long, a couple hours. I was running around that room trying to figure it out. You know, I mean, it's.
You could have done what
it's
I
really
did.
quite
So hard.
What did you do, Batgirl?
I started shooting everything in the room.
That's what I would do.
Ammo, that's an option.
Definitely
but, you know.
what I would do.
I think Oracle
See,
Dragon.
I'd be playing it.
Yeah.
And making sure other people were helping me, because I'd be like, okay, help. Like, I
Well,
don't
there's
know
always
what's
Google.
happening. Nothing's happening. Is this Mia's ring?
This is Mia's ring.
Yes. Do you see the wedding date? That's
Yep.
Mia's wedding ring. 5/29/11. Happy anniversary.
Oh,
And then that's what we use, Katie, as a code to get out of the room.
Nice.
Sorry,
Didn't
Oracle.
they always say never use your birthdays or anniversary codes every day?
exactly. As a passcode.
Yeah. I work IT. Yeah, that's not something
There
I want
it
to do.
Yes.
Here's a question for you, Katie.
right.
Have you ever done an
Yeah.
escape room?
I have. I love them. They're
Tell
so
us about
fun.
that.
Oh,
How does that experience lock into what we do with these games?
Oh, it's so similar, and I get just as frustrated with both of them. I think I do better with physically having something. So an escape room where I'm physically doing the puzzles or figuring things out, like it makes more sense in my brain. Whereas the games, when I'm just trying to use a controller to do it, so much harder in my mind. So much harder. Ooh.
I have
Are you
to
gonna play
admit,
some
I
music
have.
for us? Are we gonna
I have
hear
yet
Mia
to
and
do.
Ethan's wedding song?
It's
You're
Boogie
gonna,
Nights,
yeah,
isn't
just
it?
stay tuned, Katie, because we're gonna try and ask some questions, but at the same time keep quiet when you're gonna hear some quite, maybe some unforgettable sounds coming up soon.
We need some
Yeah.
suggestions for what Mia and Ethan's wedding song would have been. I say it was "Shout at the Devil," but you know, it's
Oracle Dragon, I think you've got some questions for Katie. You've been very patiently waiting.
I always wait. Well,
We're
she can
here, we're
either
here.
go for a question, or do you want to try reading off some lines?
Let's do a question first.
All right, let's see. Random question from Alcatraz to Katie. How do you think Mia would fare if she traded places with Ethan in the events of Village?
oh,
I think Mia would have done great because, and I think she would have left with both of her hands. I'm just saying, like, you gotta keep everything tight.
Those might be
You
argument
don't just,
wars.
you don't, because Mia has a baby. You would think Ethan would know this, like with children, like they bite. Fingers in, hands in, make sure that nothing's been chopped or bit. So
there she is.
I think she would have done well there. I also feel like, who is that?
Mia.
What? Oh. That is not Mia. Don't trust her. Anytime they disappear that quickly.
This is when all the Resident Evil fans like me that were complaining that Resident Evil wasn't getting scary enough suddenly start complaining that Resident Evil is too scary.
Oh, this is where I freaked
just
out.
Like,
Okay, everyone kind of do,
They actually
everyone
toned
virtually
down
hold
the
hands
scariness
with
of
that.
the game.
Oh, sorry, I spoke all over you, Aaron. Sorry.
We both spoke over each other. A fun fact: they actually had to tone down the scariness of the game because people were complaining.
oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, they said 7 was too scary, but that's what they wanted, so they were good, and so they were like, okay, it back a little bit for 8.
I think someone that designed
Can
this
you even
section didn't get
imagine
that
what
memo.
else?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or are we going into a creepy well?
Yes.
That's never good. Only scary death ghost girls are in wells like that.
How many creepy wells have you been in, Katie?
Not been in. Seen creepy
Oh, sure. No, that's true. Remember the
Ghost
ring?
people crawl
I
out
was
of
about to say the ring. Secretly,
ring,
Mia is the ring girl.
Yes. We all
There
need
you
to
go.
virtually.
Hold on, I know I can. There you go.
We'll just virtually hold hands with Batgirl now because I think, it's really gonna. The creepiness is really gonna get cranked up in a minute.
Oh god, yeah, because dolls. No.
Hilariously,
If you
this
find a
is my
house
favorite
that's just
part.
covered in creepy dolls. Oh god.
I'm always I have
think
a
I'm about to
15-year-old daughter.
Find out. Oh god.
I'm always very nice to my daughter's toys just because of that reason. You never know when
Yeah.
You never know.
kill you in your sleep.
Yeah?
Mia, what are you talking about?
Try. Oh, just heartbreak. What did she do? Oh goodness.
Yeah, this.
Oh,
I'm just.
there she goes.
I just remember growing up with the movie Chucky. So I basically was afraid of my dolls, and I used to rotate them out in bed with me, so some would sleep with me, and the ones that didn't, I would apologize to and let them know that tomorrow night I'd rotate out so that none of them would kill me in my sleep. So,
Oh my God.
you know, I had it down. I knew how to not get killed by my stuffed animals and dolls.
Right.
If anybody needs to know, that's how you do it. Treat them all equally.
I love the way that you apologize. You apologize to them.
Facts, really. You know, it's just
Oh, when I was a kid, after seeing between Chucky and Puppet Master, I 100% was like, I'm sorry I can't fit all of you in the bed, but tomorrow night you'll sleep in the bed. And like, yeah, I just didn't want them to kill me in my sleep.
I swear, if you don't slit my throat in the night, we will have a tea party in the morning, I promise.
Exactly. It's so true. Why did you go down there, Ethan? It's a baby. Where is it coming from?
This gets seriously creepy now.
Yeah, that's creepy the heck out of me.
Oh, is this gonna be creepy fetus baby scary monster thing?
That's who it is.
Oh no.
Oh, here we go.
Somebody sent me a picture of this and I was like, what?
I had to clip
is
myself
that?
going through this because my reaction was priceless.
I want to give a shout out to Tony from the Residents of Evil. I'm quoting. He did Tony. I'm going to quote Tony. He refers to this as a screaming potato baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, so gross. Just imagine
Do you
the
actually
smell.
get to
I mean,
like
come on.
have to fight it, or do you just need to run away from
Well,
it?
I didn't find out, Katie. I never found out. I just ran.
I literally just ran and closed the closet. I was like, nope. I turned around and
Wait,
said, nope.
that is every bad horror movie. Like you don't run upstairs and you don't hide in a closet. Like they're bad decisions. What?
There it is.
Oh my God, it's ew!
Oh, I'm so pleased that I've got a big husky sat right next to me. Oh,
My cat said nope, and he sat on
Oh,
the
that
couch.
thing is so creepy.
yeah, cats are too selfish.
It
A cat's
actually
not
kind
gonna.
of reminds me. Let's see. It reminds me of what was the Goonies? The guy from the Goonies.
Yes.
Right
Sloth?
downstairs, yeah. The,
Oh, what was his name? Oh,
Was it
Look,
Sloth?
Sloth. Sloth. What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna. Yeah.
I thought it was Sloth.
That sounds familiar.
But yeah, the baby kind of reminds me a little bit.
Yeah, in a weird. Yeah.
Baby monster.
no.
It was
dear.
yes.
It was Sloth. Yeah.
Lotney
John-
Sloth Fratelli. Lotney Fratelli. Sloth was his nickname.
Yes.
There we go.
Sloth.
Good old Google. I even get the surname.
It left. Okay. Great.
Love it.
And you have yes, Arixter in the chat says you've no weapons. Just literally got to run from it, Katie.
Oh, okay.
And
See,
Agony
these are
says,
the things that
Katie,
if I
are you
played, I
scared?
would-
I think we know the answer to
Yeah,
that.
I don't know where it is. Oh my goodness. Get in the elevator.
Yes.
I'm nervous for you.
I love how the music just starts right back up, and I'm here like, nope.
Well,
The
the
dog,
music, the minimalistic light,
the creaking.
the creepy baby crying that appears and disappears, and then you don't know where giant baby sloth thing is.
But we found
There's
Angie.
a lot going on.
We found Angie.
No. Yeah, I don't think you want to find Angie.
We
Is
don't.
the key.
Like I said, she gave me nightmares.
I think Angie. And not only that, but wasn't she sitting on a chair not too long ago? So how did she get there?
Yeah.
That is Chucky. That is Chucky stuff going on. It's not okay. Dolls should not appear and disappear in places. unless
Spiral
you physically
Seahorse
picked it up
asked
and moved it
Katie
there.
in the chat. Thank you, Spiral Seahorse. Do you? I think we discussed this earlier, didn't we, Katie? That do you think Mia has military training? Because everyone's, I think, quite keen to kind of surmise how Mia would have, fared in Ethan's shoes. And I know Goldenheart as well was asking questions about, what would Mia do in Ethan's position. So, but she does have that military training, doesn't she? From
I would think so, because for her to take the initial job, to be Evelyn's babysitter, she had to have some training. And when you see her towards the end of 7, she's she's going through the ship, shooting things up. Like, you can tell she has experience.
I love that section.
After 7, you have the 3 years before Village. If Ethan got trained, Mia definitely got trained. They're not gonna be like, okay, pat you on the head, bye. Like, they're gonna train both of you, especially if they know all the craziness that is Resident Evil. So, or Umbrella Corporation.
Going on a
I think Mia has.
Now, do you guys think that Mia got trained by Jill? Because Chris trained Ethan, maybe Jill trained Mia.
Which would be awesome.
Well, that would be. I mean, yeah, we have to get you like.
That would be badass.
Yeah, you and Nicole Tompkins. Jill Valentine and Mia in the same game.
Let's get that DLC.
Yes.
Why isn't it leaving?
Jill being very annoyed with trying to train Mia.
Oh, here we go, Katie. Raisin Samurai asks, Katie and Joe, are you guys going to watch the Chucky series on Sci-Fi this fall?
Oh, probably.
Oh, I did hear about it. I will probably... Yeah, I love stuff like that. I will probably check it out. I am not too thrilled with the change of concept that they're doing.
No, this one is... This one is...
Because Chucky...
This one is the original director. He's doing the series.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, and he's bringing back Brad and Jennifer.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
cool.
okay, that's good to know. 'Cause I thought it was going along with that newer twist where it's like a microchip issue or something. And I'm like, no, we need the crazy homeless Satan worshiper putting his soul into a doll.
Exactly.
That's what makes sense. So, yeah.
Yes.
As long as they stay with the true, then I'm very excited to see it.
Yeah, Jennifer Tilly has been tweeting about it a lot. And she
Cool.
tweeted pictures from the set.
I love her.
That's
She's so
cool.
good.
That's exciting.
No.
I'm so creeped out because that baby crying keeps randomly showing up. And this is not that big of a house. So, why does it keep disappearing? Where does creepy baby go?
I have to say, Katie, I know, but perhaps as an artist, the dialogue that you're doing when Mia's on the boat in 7, it may be quite sort of limited just in terms of sort of, injury noises that you're making and small sort of lines here and there because there's combat.
Yeah.
But that whole section is fantastic. New gamers and old gamers alike that really like the classic era of Resident Evil. There's just so much atmosphere on that boat, and for me, it really is one of the highlights actually of 7 is that whole section when you kind of play, you take over as Mia, and it's a wonderful section in the game.
Go.
Oh, here we go. Go. I know you gotta be fast. Hurry it up. Oh, sneezing creepy baby. Hurry. Okay. Oh, it kind of looks like Freddy too. That is very like Freddy Krueger, open mouth, gonna eat you.
Oh, that's the worst. That is the worst.
Oh,
God.
that is not pretty.
We got past.
I mean, I get like all mothers love their babies, but
yeah, that's a face that not even a mother could love. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. That baby ate its mother. That baby ate everything.
Oh, there's your tagline right there for our stream.
Oh, that laugh. That infamous laugh.
Yep.
Oh.
What is that doll on the floor right there? That was so
There's
creepy.
a bunch of dolls on the floor too. See?
Oh, there are dolls
Oh.
everywhere. This house is just a big
Ankle
no-no.
biters.
I absolutely love the effect that they use in this game with when you're kind of running around and the sort of the dolls. It's almost like that from Jacob's Ladder that you get when the heads or the faces like jar left, backwards and forwards very, very quickly. It's like, yeah, do you know, it's kind of like a camera effect. I'm sure Joe, I'm just amazed how they can get this actually in modeling, that we're going to see that effect coming up soon.
Oh,
You're still alive.
oh no.
Ah.
Oh! No!
Did you
have like, oh!
son alive?
Oh, Paula. Yeah, that's why she gave me nightmares.
The Bride of Chucky, yes. Find the Bride of Chucky says the big
Oh,
K2021.
I just got chills. That was so creepy.
But Katie, what do you think of this effect?
Oh, there she is.
Don't.
If you're homing on the dolls back girl, the way they kind of like
Twitching.
judder left
They're
and right.
just twitching. They're all just
Oh!
God, in VR, this would be
wait,
unbearable.
Oh, can you imagine this in VR?
No.
Do it in VR.
Are they
I
doing
don't
this one
think
in VR?
anyone.
No, they're not adding it
I don't.
in VR.
I don't think so. No.
Woof.
All right, let's see.
Holy
Oh, look at the
cow.
dolls twitching. But if you stop looking at them, they just stop twitching.
Oh, that's so creepy.
How creepy is that?
Okay, the minds of the creators.
Yeah.
Is, where do they come up with this stuff?
Where is she?
They're all twitching.
Ah,
It's
there you
so creepy.
What's the most popular phobia? Freer dolls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
You do this to Rose too.
And just after this section, Katie, we're going to see a lot more of your performance,
Yeah.
as Mia.
Okay. I'm loving this. I'm just like, this is amazing.
And Arixter,
Here.
I completely agree, Katie. Arixter references ventriloquist dolls as well, being so creepy.
They're the worst.
Yes. So creepy.
Doing to my cute friends.
That reminds me of like R.L. Stein. I remember reading those books when I was a kid, like Goosebumps.
Okay.
He had that creepy ventriloquist doll in
Yeah.
one of them.
I mean, Kate.
It's over.
Oh, no, I'm sad.
I feel like
Poor
Donna is
Yeah.
such
Oh,
a tragic
what?
figure.
Because it was, it's just, no, it is a sad story with Donna, with with that kind of that facial defect that makes her feel that she's being scorned by society and she has to hide away. It is a sad story with Donna. I love Donna's story.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so. I knew bits and pieces of it, but just seeing like all the stuff. And
Is that just the bat sign? Batgirl, are you being called?
Am
Are you being called away? Batgirl. You guys, I have to leave right now. I'm being summoned.
Batman needs me.
oh my god!
I don't think I'm missing anything.
Get on your bat scooter and ride away.
Outside.
Even the house
Katie-
looks very creepy.
Were I don't know. Would there have been any any books or films or even previous roles that you kind of found as inspiration and help in in preparing for the role of Mia?
I mean,
You've mentioned
think
things
as silly
over
as
the
it sounds,
stream.
definitely like my. Yeah, like I've definitely had, Disney has definitely played a bit.
Yeah.
So, I really liked. I got to put on a bit of that motherly Disney voice when I was reading the story. So that's kind of where I was pulling from for when I'm reading Village of Shadows. So that was kind of nice to be able to bring in that softer side.
Can I quickly
with
ask? Sorry, can I just quickly ask with regard to
7,
that?
I think it was, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, just with regard to that reading, thank you. Were you specifically directed to read that in a slightly different cadence to Mia? Were you in your mind? Were you thinking how is this Mia recounting the story that she's reading it to Rose, or?
For that, so the only part of reading this story I was doing motion capture and on set for was just the very, very end where you see Mia, like 2 lines of the story. But the entire opening, reading all of that story, that was done in ADR. So that was done in the sound booth after. And with that, we had done it a few different ways. But the biggest thing was just they wanted me, because I put stronger voices in places, and they wanted some of it to be reeled back, some of it to go a little more. But ultimately, it was just the idea of what would she sound like just reading a story to her child. So it was more just that route, that it's still Mia, but how would you be when reading a story to your trying to get a child to sleep type of voice. So it couldn't be anything over the top, but it also had to be within the realm. So yeah. Is this another? Is this a lichen or a zombie thing?
We really like the zombie guys.
Yeah, I was loving the more traditional appearance of these zombies. They're great.
I think they're Republicans.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, don't get us in trouble.
I didn't say it.
No. I'm just kidding. They were liberals.
We'll redress the balance. There we go. We've got to be neutral. We've got to be politically
At
neutral.
one point in time, they were human. I think that's the most balanced response.
We don't take
They
sides
were
here,
at one
yeah.
point human beings. Nope. I'm pro-zombie.
Nice
I'm pro-human. Live your life.
Can I share a little piece of good news that I just received?
Yes, Joe.
Yes.
I just got an email letting me know that the job that I had applied for at Netflix as a modeler on Blue Eye Samurai, I got.
Oh,
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Joan. Oh, that's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Super excited. If you have a chance, there's some stuff online about it. Blue Eye Samurai at Netflix. I'll be working on that series. I'm really
so
stuffed.
Cool. Congratulations.
Well done, Joe. Fantastic. Because there's some great actors associated with that voicing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, George Takei from Star Trek fame and Heroes.
Who I met years ago working on Mulan at Disney.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I'm watching the screen. Sorry, guys, because I think that door we're going to be getting a bit more Mia coming up soon, aren't we?
I think so. Are we? I think we are. We're supposed to.
I love these guys crawling.
Doesn't she show up a bit before getting to Moreau? No, I think you're thinking of the intro when you're starting to go through Donna's house.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, that was before.
We're going to be meeting up with a very vicious, hairy-looking man who's going to be on your heels.
Oh yeah.
Were you looking at me then, Oracle, when you said vicious, hairy-looking man?
Is that where you went after the mansion incident?
Yeah, that's what happened to George Trevor. Yeah.
Did one of your huskies bite you?
Yes. That's quite a great narrative there. Yeah, I want to see a BOW husky. Actually, no, I don't. That's horrible.
Oh dear.
Oh jeez.
So close.
There we go. It's there.
Oh, I could never do this.
Yay.
Ooh, this one looks cool.
People have such patience. I would be so frustrated trying to do.
Yeah, I gave up with this, Katie. I didn't complete this.
I got frustrated because I couldn't get the ball for this one. I completed the other ones.
I got the other one.
In the tombstone, right next to the old abandoned house before this one. there's a tombstone right here, and like there's an entrance. Oh, where did I go? Oh, it's through here. Ha ha ha. It's in here.
I need to read.
Where is it? Oh, it's in here. There's a little box in front of the tomb. It's right here.
That's what I missed.
Yeah, I missed it the first time too, but I read up and I'm like, oh, I found it now.
Neat.
All right. So, do we want to switch gears and
I'm learning.
jump into
Yes.
more Mia?
Yes, that would be a great idea. Thanks,
Yep.
Batgirl.
Yep.
And as you're doing that, I've got a fantastic question for you, Katie. It comes from Yoke.
Yeah.
Yoke always asks some very left field questions. Are you good at this? Is not the most kind of law centric question. Are you good at using power tools in real life, like for example a chainsaw?
I would say I'm pretty good. I do love me some power tools. I've worked with Habitat for Humanity before, helping build houses. I love doing do-it-yourself projects, so I am definitely a handy woman for sure.
Okay. And another cheeky Yoke question. He asks, oh, did we lose someone there?
No, I switched over the video to the video.
No, sorry, Batgirl, it's me. I'm honestly not used to working with such professionals. Thank you, well done. If you were put in Ethan's position, Katie, would you try to save your significant other, or would you just cut your losses and go back home?
In 7 or 8?
Yeah, good question. Yeah. I think he's asking you in real life because I'm a bit unfair on your husband there, but yeah, I think he maybe
it is
yeah.
a little bit. I mean, I think anybody would, still try to go after their significant other, or family member, or their child. I feel like that's human nature.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I'd be a little bit smarter and I'd go with a group, not by myself.
Yes.
Like Ethan did. Just saying. And I would probably call the police or the FBI and say, hey, my wife who's been gone for 3 years just reached out to me. Want to come with and help me figure out she's been. I think I would do a little bit more background. So.
But yeah, just jumped in your car and drove to Dolby, yeah.
Like Ethan just jumps in, leaves a message with a buddy. Hey, heard from me. I'm gonna go see what's up. It's like you didn't call the cops, you didn't call other family, nobody else you thought to like bring with you as backup. Come on. Especially when the video he got said stay away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you didn't warn him.
And he was on the phone with someone prior to you going.
Well, he's got his Apple tag, and he's got his Apple tag in his pocket. He's not worried about getting lost.
That is very true.
So I think Batgirl's lined up some. Is that correct, Batgirl?
This one.
We've got some Mia coming up.
Yeah, this is because I don't think she shows up in House Moreau at all. And I think she starts coming back out during after the Heisenberg fight. So this is past the Heisenberg part. This is
fantastic.
just
Here we go.
a video cue.
And this is great because obviously, Katie, this is where we just kind of get to see that sort of interaction between you and Ethan on obviously as we're going to find out on a more emotional level, and you really got to kind of play that character, that side of Mia.
Yes.
Yes. Ooh, yay. I do remember seeing the clip of this explosion. I was like, jeez. This is like the shoot 'em up stuff.
Yeah. Because if I started going through this, I would have taken me forever.
What the hell happened?
I dealt with Heisenberg.
No worries.
Now I'm gonna find Miranda and get Rose back.
Not without me. It's too
Oh,
dangerous.
now we're beyond where I've gotten to.
Oh no. Joe, cover your eyes.
Oh, Joe, cover your eyes.
Spoilers, Joe.
Mia?
Oh, hello.
Poor child.
It's all
She's
a
so
lie.
important, isn't she?
She's everything to me.
And mine to me. With Heisenberg gone, you've lost your lead. What are you going to do?
Oh, creepy.
I don't know, but I'm saving Rose.
You'd never know, do you? Even when I took Mia's place in your home. Poor Ethan.
Who are you? Where's Rose?
You shouldn't be laughing.
Enough.
I love it.
Remember Evelyn and her power over them all? Rose is
You realize you have a
This was a
plate
fun
stuck
day
to the back of your head, right?
Rose is Evelyn's
She
true.
balances it very well.
Really
She will
well.
grow to fully.
Yeah, where do you get those? Like anthropology, maybe, or?
Fuck you, you crazy bitch!
Forever 21.
Calm yourself. Rose will be saved. The Mega My Seat
yourself. I'd be
catalogs
like-
all of us.
So creepy.
However, she will be reborn as my daughter.
She's my child, not yours.
This must
Put
be
your
such
hand up,
fun.
Ethan.
Show
It'll get
yourself.
chopped off again.
Why did Rose come to
I know.
me? Was it because of
You
her
think he'd learn by now?
And you are true.
The hag!
But I've learned all I can. Your worth as a lab
no.
rat has run out.
Miranda! Coward! Come on and face me!
I know what's gonna happen. No!
Don't worry. Your death will come quick. You will join the Megamycetes.
Oh, creepy. I find a lot of religious iconography very creepy.
I will make
and,
sure
like,
to sample your
Very.
statuettes, like
Once
Catholic
dawn breaks,
church
the ceremony
statuettes,
will
I
be
find very creepy.
complete, and I will become her
And that's why it works so
mother.
well in all the imagery in this game.
Yes.
The different castles. Ooh. Oh no.
You know, you get that stuff in your eyes, and it's gonna burn.
Only a flesh wound.
Do you think she had?
The dream.
Do you think she had like drops in her pocket that she was able to put in
You
it?
must have had something,
I
I would
because
hope so.
to see my true
whenever I
child.
get blood in my eyes, it's a
I
problem.
mean, it's painful.
Sure, yeah.
Randa.
Someone in the chat just said, "It's not blood, it's Kool-Aid, guys."
Keep telling yourself that.
That's even worse.
Half the country's got Kool-Aid in their eyes.
Oh, that's a poor joke. Come on, Golden Heart. You're better than that. Golden Heart says Ethan just didn't have the heart to fight Miranda. Oh, that was harsh, Gold Heart.
Yesterday, we took down the transformer.
Yeah, Chris really
Points to
screwed
Gryffindor.
the food
Yes.
in this game.
Since Miranda could have infected
So
Ethan,
creepy.
I
Chris and his
forcefully took
boys.
him and Rose with us.
Yeah.
But the vehicle they
Oh,
were riding in was
Chris.
attacked. When I got to the wreck,
So this all comes
Ethan
super late in the
Rose
game.
Yes.
Wow.
the last time I was able to contact Ethan, I heard Miranda's voice.
Oh, Ethan.
She murdered him. And she is not gonna get away with it.
You just believe it.
Absolutely, Casey. Yeah.
God damn it, when does it end?
God damn it. When does it end?
When you stop working for them, Chris. Jeez.
And Chris doesn't smoke. Why are they making him smoke?
In the
Come on.
original
how-
Ari, he did.
He's
But
also
hey,
holding like a Nazi officer. What is with the holding the cigarette weird?
He's been through some shit.
That's the military. That's a military
Did you have a
way to hold a
patch,
cigarette.
Chris?
I
Yeah, exactly.
Because Joe, you didn't smoke during the Spencer Mansion, did you?
No,
You had-
no, there was
yeah.
no smoking going on.
Not in the
This
remake.
just goes
Not
to
in the
show you-
remake.
No.
how
BSA, got you
grizzled,
already?
how grizzled Chris is and the
You should've
crap
definitely-
that he's been through.
No,
He
it's
started
Really went
smoking.
down.
Terminate Miranda and rescue
I should have brought my
That's
my
the
little
mission.
Chris statue and just put it right
Failure's
next
not
to
an
me.
option.
Let's have some fun.
Yes. All time. Well, come on, Joe. We kind of. I know you weren't the voice actor for this, Chris, but we kind of still are going to hold you responsible.
Of course, right.
Yeah.
Roger that. I'm on.
I've already told Jeff many a times, like, anytime I see him, I'm like, oh, I blame. Everybody tries to blame Mia. I say, it's all Chris's fault. Village is Chris's fault.
Let me forward this a bit to where he finds her.
Yes. Thanks, girl. Yeah, I mean, literally just a little bit of communication, Chris. Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is the big dude.
Is this the big?
One of the big dude, big guy.
Oh!
All right.
Lobo, I got a tough guy here.
Is that one
So,
of
Katie,
the
now.
There's an opening in the roof.
Now that you've seen House Beneviento, Katie, how long until you're gonna sum up the courage to play that by yourself in a darkened room?
I don't know if it'll be a darkened room. I definitely am gonna play. I'm gonna start with 7 though, and work my way up to 8. So I'm definitely gonna be attempting 7 in VR.
Wow.
Once I get everything set up.
You'll have to film that and stream that.
Probably I'm gonna stream it. Yeah, so I will definitely be streaming me attempting 7 in VR. And once I get through that is when I'll shift over to 8.
Okay, so a while then maybe.
So she'll get to
a while till 8. Hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be able to get 7 up and going. Yeah.
Ooh.
So is that basically? I mean, because that looks like a heart, like Ethan's heart that she.
Alpha Squad.
That's where the virus comes from.
So now we can end this mess About damn time.
Heart and soul, I fell in love with you. Heart and soul.
And 2 explosives armed.
Nice shot.
There's enough there to blow the whole village sky high.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
There's enough here to blow.
Not before I
Get the hell out of here.
I'm not taking any more chances.
That grizzle.
I'm going in.
It's got that grizzle.
I'm not taking any chances anymore.
Captain, I have eyes on Miranda at the ceremony.
Sky high.
Keep your distance. Do not move until I get an order.
I know it's too late now.
Kirk Douglas playing this game.
Told Ethan the plan.
Gonna blow it sky high.
We didn't expect Miranda back so soon.
Even so, you should have told him.
You should have told him, Chris. You lied.
There it is.
See? Blame Chris. Hashtag blame Chris. Sorry, Jeff.
Hashtag Chris's fault.
Winter's love.
Blame the
We have a question here, Katie.
Yes.
Admit it. Were you secretly sad that you didn't get to play possessed Mia again in Resident Evil 8, even if just during the cooking scene?
Yeah, a little. I mean, I'm always sad that and just a smidge. Just a smidge.
But interestingly,
But
though, you
she
did
got
get
to-
to
she
play
got
2
to
different
snap.
sides, didn't you? Yeah, because you kind of that antagonistic side when she was almost, teasing Chris in the Persona's mother Miranda. So
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Good lord.
This person just wants to.
well, yeah, that jam looks seriously out of date.
I'm like, oh.
It's an off jar of
right,
Marmite.
right.
Marmite's not that gross.
Seeing all the bad stuff. Oh god, so gross.
This reminds me of that room,
This is the
Alien
phone.
Covenant. Kind of all the, the David's kind of experimental room where he's
No way.
you find out all the awful things he's been doing to Shaw.
Ah. Ooh.
So you get a lot of backstory here, Katie, in terms
What's
of
gonna happen?
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's Mia.
Hey, there's Mia.
Oh, there's a
Not
familiar.
her. I know, I was like, wait a minute. Do it. Yeah. Good slice. Ready for it.
Oh.
Show me your hands. Umbrise, this is
Send me your hands and I'll show you one of mine.
Exactly.
Ceremony site. She's doing, she's staying put.
God damn. It really is you. I'm
Look
glad
at her
you
all
saved me.
grimy
Why are
again.
you here?
I was caught in Houston experiments.
Wait, did you say Mia? Mia Winters?
In the flesh. What's the situation up there?
Kind of a war going on. Nothing we
I
can't
love how
handle.
he just
Don't get
walks away.
distracted. Stick to the mission.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
headed
turn
to
your
the
back on
ceremony
her.
Wait,
Seriously?
you can't leave me here. You promised, damn it.
Chris Redfield.
You said that you would keep us
I can
safe.
do whatever I want.
We did
Yep.
everything that you asked. We moved over
But
here,
no, Mia's
everything.
not letting him have it, is she?
And I didn't care. So long as
I
we
loved
were
this
together.
scene.
Yeah.
So you tell me,
Loved it.
where is my husband? Where is my daughter?
Ethan is
Just getting to push a big guy is always fun.
I couldn't save him. But I can save Rose.
Don't understand.
Oh, to be young and have hair again.
Come on. It's not safe here after all.
What do you mean he's gone?
I love how he was gonna leave her there.
He's dead.
Like, what?
I'm sorry, Mia, but we have to
Ooh,
leave.
but is he, Chris? Is he?
We have to destroy this village.
No, you're wrong.
No.
I tried to keep this a secret, but
Secrets
Oh,
are
boy.
bad.
you don't understand how special he is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh no.
He's got
Right there is when it's like, damn it, Mia.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Aww.
it's just the hand crawling across the snow.
I love the fact that with this scene, similar to the scene that we get when we see the Baker family, you know, kind of prior before they've been infected, and Jack kind of explains to Ethan that, you know, they were just
Yeah.
a kind family, and this is almost kind of similar. It's in that, you know, it's a kind of symbolic of Ethan's mental state. I just love the kind of the
Yeah.
connotations, obviously, to like that Sixth Sense moment. You know, you know, just yeah, it's quite shocking.
Yeah, this was such a big twist, I feel like. I don't feel like people were prepared for this.
No.
Little
I mean,
Evie
when I
still
read the
lives
last
on.
scene that I
Nobody knows
saw-
that.
I wasn't ready. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I knew that, you know, ultimately this would happen, but like when I got my script the first time of my final scene, I was heartbroken. I was like, what? Huh? No! I don't want this to be the last scene. No!
Dad?
Oh,
no.
I mean,
so
Miranda.
creepy.
She... no. I still have to save Rose.
Oh, he still just wants to save his
It wasn't
daughter.
Miranda. You were
Such a good
always
dad.
dead.
What are you saying?
That is creepy.
I can still...
It was all a dream.
Oh God.
See, Miranda didn't kill you.
That would be bad. Not so much a dream,
You didn't think it was weird.
but creepy Evelyn.
How much you got hurt?
At least they explain this.
Remember?
Oh, wow.
3 years ago, the Baker house.
Wow. Oh.
You were murdered by Jack. You died there 3 years ago.
That's impossible. No way.
You shouldn't even be able to walk around.
Quit messing with my head.
You shouldn't be walking.
Screw you!
That is a very true statement.
What am I?
You're Ethan.
I did all that. Rose.
Freaky Evelyn.
Now here's a scary thing. Little Evie lives on in Rose.
Yep.
So imagine what's going on in her head at night. Oh, hi Evie. Wanna be friends?
We'll have to introduce her to Natalia.
Oh, well, at least his hand is finally like, okay, it's been chopped off twice now.
You can't ever see your family again.
No.
Family.
When do you think Katie Mia found out this? You know that Ethan did have this. You know, this additional secret.
I think she always knew.
Save my daughter.
I think Mia always knew from 7, and that's why she was so worried about in that earlier scene when the doctor called, because Mia knows there's more to it. She just doesn't want her family experimented on anymore, so she tries to keep it a secret to keep everyone safe.
Yeah.
And of course it backfires horribly, like usual. So. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Well, it also brings up the fact that a lot of us were questioning about the ending of 7, where Ethan uses the vaccine on Mia, but they never did anything with him, so the ending kept people thinking, Ethan's still infected. Are the BSAA going to do anything with him? So it kind of leads up to the conclusion for Village as to, oh, we were right!
Yeah. And I'm sure BSAA always knew, you know.
Battle with Heisenberg was a sight to see. But to think Miranda would show herself.
When I was playing this, and you couldn't see from Ethan's perspective, and after kind of that scene with the death, I just had this really creepy idea, because Duke's almost talking to him. I was almost waiting for Duke to say, yeah, well, I think he alludes to this, you know, things aren't quite going to be the same for you. And I just had this image of like Ethan was kind of like in a jar or something, you know, the camera was going to pan around and Ethan just there's so much creepiness and left field nonsense going on in this, just like Code Veronica. I was just ready for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
just like he just had his
like,
head left or something.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Even I can't quite answer that.
Ethan's like a box of chocolates.
We're here.
Do you guys
so
want to
true.
like, leave it just play out?
Mr. Winters.
Yeah, I think it. I want to be very careful to avoid spoilers for Joe, but we don't have much left, have we?
I'm just listening to the audio right now.
Okay.
I don't want to watch the ending.
Yeah, that's why. Because basically one of Mia's last scenes is the ending.
Yep.
I gotta go.
Yeah. I'm just listening to the audio of you guys talking right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, there's commitment to the call. Sorry, Joe.
Sorry, Joe.
Okay.
Thanks for still coming to play, even though you risked spoilers.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. I wouldn't miss it for my right hand.
Thanks. What about your left?
The left can go.
Yay!
I'm
gonna hold you to it.
I have magical duct tape that will just pour it on, and it just seals everything up really nicely. It's like Tupperware.
And I'm sure he knows Katie, but if you.
I'm telling you, electrical tape.
Oh no, I was just going to say, I think you already have, and we were talking before. You know, please just pass on to Todd, just all the love and the support, and just the fandom have for him, and you're just fantastic to see him again playing alongside you in this game.
How I've missed you.
Definitely. Yeah, he's Good. He hasn't really been doing a lot of stuff, but he does, have his social media. He is, very grateful and thanking the fans for all the love they send him. So he's like the rest of us, just very blown away by everything that's happened with this game. So
Yes.
You make sure you send him love from us.
I will, definitely.
Your body is so
And we're still hoping, aren't we? Because I know, obviously, we know that Capcom have their spies, like, watching your house and every move, because of that NDA, Katie. But so we won't get you into any trouble. But like with the original trilogy of 1, 2, and 3, and then we had sort of 4, 5, and 6 that kind of dealt with the fallout for Umbrella from the Raccoon City incident. We're really hoping that this trilogy, well, this will be a trilogy, and hopefully in some capacity we will see the return of Mia, and I'll be very careful with what I say because Joe's listening. But well, let's just say with Resident Evil, nothing's ever quite certain. So we'll never. We'll see. We'll see.
I always say I was beyond excited and surprised when I got a call for 8. So, if they still have a story they want to tell, I have my phone on and they know where to reach me. Sure. So,
I love this
game. This character has just been so much fun. So creepy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love this comment by Raisin Samurai in the chat. This is the best custody battle ever for this child.
Yeah.
It's not quite Kramer versus Kramer, is it?
So creepy. Ooh, things are flying. What was that?
Yeah, her makeup's running.
Like a spider thing?
Miranda's gonna need one of your SFX jobs on her, KT. Yeah, that makeup was really running.
Probably, man. I love her hair.
Do we have time to do some more questions?
Yeah, quickly, Oracle, if you've got some questions, throw them out there.
Let's see. Goldheart asks, Katie, if Chris didn't find her in time, what would Miranda have done to real Mia after the ceremony?
Yeah, I think it would have been bye-bye. Like, I think she would have been in that cell. It didn't look like many people were visiting in that cell. So, I think it would have been a very sad non-ending for Mia if Chris didn't find her.
Yes.
She'd show up as Miranda's maid or babysitter, Rose or something. It'd be awful.
Crikey. I mean, that would be some antagonist to have to deal with, like, Mia in that kind of that condition permanently. Yeah.
I mean, Mia already knows she doesn't want to be a babysitter anymore after Evelyn, so it would be bad if she was forced into babysitting for Miranda.
Now would she leave anyone babysit Rose?
Yeah, it's not babysitting, it's your child.
No, if she would let anyone else babysit her.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be leaving Rose with anyone soon, no.
Yeah, I doubt that very much so. Jeez. We gotta go to town against her. She just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Nice. Good hit.
Alcatraz asks, is Todd a gamer and has he played Village yet?
I don't know. I don't think he's played it, but I mean, he literally entire game. So unlike myself, he knows everything. Like none of this would be a surprise to him. Because he was there. Whereas my character, I did not interact with a lot of these actors in these scenes. So a lot of this is very new to me and very fresh, which is really fun. So I'm sure he'll play it at some point.
Did you get to meet the actor that played, that played the adult Rose, well, the teenage Rose towards the end?
I did not meet her because I'm trying to remember if that was pre-COVID or COVID.
Okay.
But I was not on set when she shot her stuff. So I have not met her officially.
Because obviously there's been a lot of fan speculation in the community as to whether, you know, we're going to see that character continue in 9. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah.
I know. Me too, man. Like, they don't like to let you know until they are ready to call you in for work. So.
Yes. But you would like to think, I mean.
Patiently wait and hope.
You still
Get her.
You've done
Okay, funny
fantastically
question.
well, Batgirl.
Yeah.
Somebody has a funny question. Who kept Ethan's hand after the reunion live stream?
Of real love.
Not so much a funny question because it's actually mine, so it is here with me.
Yeah, you take Ethan's hand with you wherever
you
you
guys-
go.
I mean,
We'll
it's
have
all
to
I
get.
have left of my husband.
Yes. You'll have to wave. You'll have to use it to wave goodbye to us at the end of the stream, Katie.
I will. I have to get it. I think right now it's signing autographs in the other room. So.
Oh, there we go.
I'll have to go grab it.
Oh, you've
I'll
got
have
a
it
you've
taken
got a real
off.
kind of
I'll have to take it
Adams family situation going on there. So it's very very business oriented. So you can kind of do the streams and the hand can do all the signings on Streamly for you. Perfect.
Yeah, and that way my hands are free. You know, no rib pain from signing. Just get Ethan's hand to do it all. Helpful. Ooh. She did.
And we've alluded to this before, which is such a great thing about this production, Katie. K1tastic asks, are there any actors from the series that you're really good friends with?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us really connected and have hung out, and then because of COVID, you know, it became a bit more difficult to see people. But now that things are opening back up, it's really great because I actually am meeting a lot of these other actors for the first time, and it's been really cool already hitting it off and hanging out with people and just like living life. So it's been really cool. It's been really, really nice to have all these new friends because of this job. All these very down to earth people who are just awesome to be around.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, this is the ending.
Yeah. And it's wonderful, isn't it? I mean, Stars Torian, I know, has pointed this out in a discussion I had with him, that he literally, he just manages to kind of keep himself alive, keep going till the end, and then just finally that final scene, Katie, when he's done everything that he can. He's handed the rose over safely to Chris, and then he just goes.
We gotta
I
move.
know. It's just, and Chris is like, okay, I'm gonna get you out of here. I promised you guys. Because Mia also just like reamed him about that, so he better be bringing everybody. Oh.
And I love this as well because we've criticised kind of Chris's sort of dark side, his wolf side during this, but this is the real Chris Redfield for me. You know, Joe, this is kind of the Chris Redfield that we see. You know, you portrayed in the Spence Mansion. You know, he's caring, and you know, I don't know. I just think this part of the game we really do get to see kind of that side of Chris.
Yeah, I've always thought of him as being a pretty good guy.
Alive.
At the end of the day, all said and done, sure, he kills a few people, but you know, at the end of the day, he's going to carry a baby. I mean, that's just the way he is.
Yeah.
Tell yourself.
Now, if he starts breastfeeding, that'll be a completely different story.
That would be awkward.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Very awkward. Very awkward. Look at the
Oh,
hand.
that's the most heartbreaking part. No, the jacket. Don't get rid of
I
the jacket.
gotta stop watching.
No.
Goodbye, Rosemary.
I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
Yes, yes. Sorry, Joe.
Sorry, Joe.
No, this is definitely going to spoil everything. Oh. It's like the ultimate sacrifice for your family. Oh.
No, no one mentions Joe the bit with Albert Wesker right now.
Oh.
Wesker. Here?
Oh, Wesker. It was you all along.
He rips the mask off.
There you go.
You killed him with your own dirty hands! You son of a bee!
Oh, Katie, this is very sad.
Yeah.
Someone pass her a tissue, please.
Rose!
I know, I got my Kleenex.
Yay!
Just give me a second.
Go.
Oh god, this
Go,
thing was
take
so
us up
hard
now.
to shoot.
Wait! Where's Ethan?
Oh man.
Get
Not
moving.
every day we
We
get
have to
very
get
sad
clear.
scenes in Resident Evil.
We can't go, not without my
I
husband.
know.
Sit down and strap in.
Not before you tell me where Ethan is. I know he wouldn't abandon us. Tell me what's going on. Where?
No.
What was that?
I told you to sit down.
Where is he? Chris? What have you done?
He's gone. I tried. He stayed so we could all escape. I'm sorry.
This is the most heartbreaking ending ever.
You need to see this.
Yeah, Aaron's right. I mean, for Resident Evil, this.
Soldiers.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a bioweapon.
Like, you just don't get this kind of ending, I feel like, usually.
Not
Orders,
usually.
Pick up the rest of the squad.
No, it's always very triumphant at the end. They're always flying away in a helicopter, but it's always very triumphant.
Well, there's a few
I
of them
think
that do.
The
'cause
saddest
remember,
ending we had so far
Pierce.
was from 6
Pierce.
with Piers.
Oh yes, I didn't play the end of 6. I didn't get on with 6. Sorry.
Yeah. the end. Chris's ending in
Spoilers.
6 is pretty sad.
Katie, thank you so much.
I'm like, I get so like emotional with that ending.
We need to do a group hug. Group hug. Come on,
Group
everybody
hug.
in. Everybody in.
Wow. But no, we've laughed and we've joked, but Katie, that really is very something special that you've shared that with us and with the fans. It means so much to all of us that we can like watch that together with you. I know I'm speaking on behalf of everyone that's here right now to get to experience that with you as the actor is a huge privilege and a gift that you've given to us. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Oh, I'm honored that, you know, I've been a part of it, that everybody, all this love. I'm getting emotional now.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just,
Virtual hugs.
it's been so incredible. And yes, group hugs. I just want to thank everyone, and being able to do this with you guys is really awesome. Like I said, you know, the first people who ever reached out to me was Seven, to talk with and joke around with. So
yeah,
it
and that was
really,
so kind.
It's very magical to me that we're able to complete this.
And us too as well.
It's
Thank
been
you so much.
amazing.
This
It's
this
been an
animation at
absolute
the end is
honor.
wonderful.
It is.
I keep saying Tim Burton and Capcom need to talk.
I'm just going to very quickly say,
We need to
Katie,
full-
Golden Heart
full
180, Bratface 87, Happy Smelly, Hazy Will, all of these are fans, Katie, in the chat, giving you their love and their sentiment. Love you so much, Katie, says Undertaker, WWE fan, Spiral Seahorse, very emotional ending. Thank you so much, Katie. Meru, oh my word, sorry, Meru Im Sam, oh my word, somebody with the number 6 at the end of their name says Ari community loves you, Katie. The Big K 2021, Katie, thanks for the marvelous work in Village and in Resident Evil 7 as well. K1tastic, yes, love her work so much. Just so much love and sentiment in the chat for you, Katie.
Her
parents, though,
Very
had searched
sweet.
all day.
Very
You
and
better
at
be
last,
raising Rose right.
with rampant rage, father fought.
Now make sure you.
Mother's loving touch shattered the dark.
Should we start a college fund for Rose?
Father yelled, "Save our daughter!"
I
So mother
know.
bore their child
I think
all
she's
of our
got magical
fans can-
powers. I think she's good. Oh,
But you mentioned that, yeah, we were the first to kind of reach out to you, Katie, but that only came about by you deciding to respond to this complete, this like stranger from England that messaged you out the blue, rather than like, calling the police. So and just it's incredible that honestly that that just first response when you had no idea who we are to us then leads us to this moment where that was very, very special for me, and I know all the fans of this whole stream, but particularly that last moment to share that last scene with you. Thank you so much.
of course. Oh, now we get the teaser. Joe, look away. When you
Looking.
and
Okay, then you can.
spoiler, that's Sarah and Paula as mother and daughter reading that book.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Aww.
I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sarah and Paula. I'm like, aww.
This is a great name, Banana Dimitrescu. Banana Dimitrescu just says in big. It seriously sums it all up for us. Banana Dimitrescu in big capital letters just says Katie supremacy.
Nice.
Also says yes, Katie is amazing. I love you. And yeah, just so much. Golden Heart 180. Yeah, fantastic.
I just.
Oh, and yes,
This is what
Agony. Katie, sorry, Agony says Katie after seeing that ending, you shouldn't have done that. It fucking hurt.
Very true. Chris should not have done that.
And I think
I was so sad to see Ethan's tombstone, but I was very happy to not see Mia's.
your heart was crying out, but your head and your agent was saying yes. Sorry.
I was like, don't tell me I died too. Ooh. I love that.
Show you things even Chris doesn't know.
I can't wait to play out the end now.
Yeah, Joe, you're gonna really want to look away soon.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not watching.
yeah,
Not
definitely.
watching. I'm surfing the web as we're
Love
talking.
Can
Joe's just
I
writing
reprise
Joe's
my
just
role
writing a
as
memo.
Chris?
Yeah, to Capcom, yeah.
Exactly.
Please, I'm ready.
Oh, so close, so close. Oh, she's got his hair. She's got Mia's nose.
and you've got
Literally
Ethan's hand,
has to write.
literally.
Yeah, and Ethan's hand. It's perfect. Love it.
It's funny to see a little kid with this big hand.
He's just like hee hee. Oh, car's
Don't let the
breaking.
dog get it.
There you go.
And
this
we
is
have
why-
sunset ending.
Yeah, this is why, kids, you have to watch a show right to the very, very end.
Bingo.
Yes.
Now that's an interesting line. Oh, I better not read it because Joe's listening. But that's an
No.
interesting line.
Yeah, I was like, don't read that out loud.
Plugging my ears.
Yeah.
I'm not listening.
That's interesting.
There we
All
go.
it was all a
There we
dream.
go.
Just, Mia comes out of the shower, Joe, and it was all a dream.
Of course.
It was all a dream. It was one big happy family.
And you were there. And you were there.
Well, there we go, Katie. Wow. Incredible. Thank you so
Oh.
much.
That was so awesome. Thank you guys so much. And
Gosh.
I do.
watch
Before we
for
go,
the first time
can we
with
please
me.
fulfill the request from the VOC podcast?
Yes.
Can I say something?
Okay. What
Before
you
we
got
start
on the-
anything?
Oh, yes, yes, Batgirl. Sorry, because you've done so fantastically taking us through the game.
I know. Thank you.
I do want to say thank you to Katie, because this is literally my first stream with these guys, and it's the first interview stream that I do.
Yay!
So thank you so much for being amazing, and also Joe. Amazing.
Yay.
Oh.
Super cool. Thank you so much
Love
for joining
it.
us.
So awesome. Glad to be your first.
And if I might just add to that, if I can just very, very quickly add to that, because obviously we're all here for Katie, but I just want to very quickly say, Batgirl, you've been fantastic, and I'm absolutely delighted to know Joe and Oracle Dragon are as well, that you've decided to stay with us permanently, and you're going to be joining the Crimson Head team permanently as our celebrity streamer, streaming with the stars. So thank you. Welcome back, Batgirl, onto the team.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
We're very excited to have you.
Thank you, guys.
I'll hand over, Katie. You've been with us for over 2.5 hours, so I'll just say thank you so much. This has been, I keep saying it's been such a special night for me today. I'll hand over to Joe and to Oracle to say their goodbyes, but from myself, George Trevor, and to everyone in the live chat, thank you so very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, Katie, thank you so much. It's an honor, really, to have you on the show, to have you give your insights into the game and your processes, and I hope we get to do this more. I hope you get to do more Resident Evil games, and who knows, maybe at some crazy point in the future we'll work together, and be able to do another podcast where we talk about how fun it was to do a show, to do a game.
Exactly.
You never know. Crazier things have happened.
Crazier things. I never thought I'd be in a Resident Evil. Crazier things.
So, okay. Well, thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the future.
Yes.
Special thanks. Of course, we've already gone through this, but again, special thanks to Batgirl for joining us and basically running the show. Big hugs and love, as always, to the Oracle Dragon. And did you want to say something, Oracle, before we sign off?
Thank you for always joining us and having a great fun time. You really give us all it's hype time, yes! I hope you come back again.
Yes, I love doing this with you guys. It's so much fun.
Okay, well, then from all of us here at the Crimson Head,
yes,
we will bid you adieu until next time.
Yeah.
And keep on playing. Keep your ammo high.
There you go. I was
And
gonna say, and just keep following all the RE Village actors are doing their streams and their live signing, all that stuff. So you can always follow me on any of my handles at KDOAX. And then if you go to streamily.com/KDOHagen, that's where I'm doing my live signings, and I'll be doing another one in probably. So head to Get Prince there and come hang out.
Yay.
Well, until next time, everyone stay safe, everyone stay well. From Crimson Head and from Katie O'Hagan, much love to the whole Resident Evil family, and take care, stay safe.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.
Stay safe.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ari for life.
Bon
Ari for
weekend.
life, absolutely.
Bon weekend, tout le monde.